The Metapocalypse continues. I am your host and tonight's GM, James Durham. Joining me at the table, I have Chris and Sarah Odie.
Yeah.
Yes, both of them. They are here. I've got Christian Doyle and I have Vanessa Postel. Can they stop Tom before he tears the metaverse apart? Time is running out. Masters of the Metaverse, like all of our Zoe programming, is made possible by viewers just like you. Check out our Patreon page now to see how you can support this show and other wonderful Zoe projects, like our Zoe Game Night on Thursdays, or the new and upcoming Big Stompy Robots that I believe Chris Odie is going to be running.
I believe that is true.
We got a Journey Quest Kickstarter going on right now, which I'm pretty sure you guys just know because, you know, Caro was just cooking and Caro is awesome. As we know from Thursday, having Brian as a guest in studio was really great. I also want to take a moment to give a shout out to some other great shows like that Dragon Show brought to you by the people from Walking in Circles. They happen to be partnered with Paizo. They play Pathfinder sometimes well on Fridays from 6 to 10 Pacific. We also have Table Takes, which is on the Gen Con channel, and we host it on our channel on Fridays at 11 a.m. Pacific. You can catch Christian on that show fairly regularly. And speaking of people to thank, I want to give special thanks to some of our amazing Patreon backers. Otto Pfefferkorn, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dougie Sharp,
Oh,
thank you.
And Dougie.
thank you.
And Carmen Frank, thank you.
Thank you all.
Yeah.
Thank all of you very, very much. Did you guys know that they can affect this game every single week?
Yes.
That's right. It is the most interactive live stream RPG in existence. We have an entire store that you can do to change the events, change the outcome, help or hinder these people throughout the show, and give me all kinds of fun tools to torture them with. Because I clearly don't have enough.
Huh.
They can also influence today's game through being one of our Patreon supporters and voting in our weekly polls. Which, speaking of, I have the results of that poll. Would you guys like to know how
Yes.
that turned out?
Please.
Tell me.
Sarah, you get plus 50 hit points and plus 5 to a roll. Somebody was well liked.
Or I accidentally made it look like I was the GM. Sorry.
Hey, works for me. Dirty tricks are wonderfully well
It
used.
wasn't a trick. Is it a trick if I didn't mean to do it?
Yes.
Claim credit anyway.
Credit.
Trust me.
Yeah, I did that on purpose. Totally.
Chris, plus 20 hit points and plus 8 to a roll.
Excellent.
Christian, plus 10 hit points and plus 8 to a roll. Vanessa, plus 10 hit points and plus 2 to a roll,
Thanks,
which
everyone.
is the same thing that they gave for me.
Yes, thank you.
Which I think they probably just put that in there to give me because no one actually votes.
You probably got like a Paximo pity
Maybe
vote.
that's
Yeah,
what's
I get
up
the
with
one
me
pity
too.
vote. I get the absolute pity vote. I totally understand.
Oh look, bad friend's not happy with who's here. He's just, it's not good enough for him. She's here. We're just not showing her to you.
She's laying down.
Yes. I also want to take a moment and thank our amazing mods, Paximo, AK. We really, really could not do this week after week without you guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. Also, I've got Leo back hidden behind all those computers and monitors. Oh, look, and Leo has company today. We're going to have another Mark soon. There will soon be more Marks.
The land of Marks grows.
And how about we roll some credits?
Conscripted by a secret organization, a group of strangers is loaded into experimental metapods, hurtling their souls across dimensions and into unsuspecting avatars. With each trip across reality, these newly minted metapilots gain access to unique powers and abilities, slowly transforming them into true masters of the Metaverse.
Masters of the Metaverse, masters of the Metaverse. They travel through time and space and stuff. Troll them, re-roll them, throw them above. They fly through dimensions, this isn't a bluff. Heroes compelled, they have no choice. bound by the winds of a secret voice. Masters, masters of the metaverse. Masters, masters of the metaverse. Masters, masters of the metaverse. Masters, masters of the metaverse.
Welcome back, everybody. Hey, before we get started in the show, how about we give a special birthday shout out to somebody? Do you guys wanna?
Birthday?
Do you wanna? Do you wanna?
Yeah,
Are we singing? Are we?
No, I think we get.
whoa,
we
whoa.
get-
Whoa.
When did we
can.
sing, when did we ever sung on this show?
Well,
True.
But isn't there like copyright on that?
No,
song?
remember that went away a few years ago. We
Yeah.
even worked it into a Gamers Live episode.
We could do the Chevy's Happy Birthday.
I'm living
Happy
it up.
birthday to you. Are we going or not?
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mercedes Lackey.
Mercedes.
Happy birthday to you.
Was really
That's
And
that's
many
sung by the Galaxy
more.
Great
Tales.
job, everyone.
All right.
Galaxy. I don't remember any words.
But you remember the
Adventures
theme, and
Around
that's
Time.
close
The
enough.
theme is cool. I wish I could sing it with you.
Previously on the Metapocalypse, our heroes learned that the true threat to the metaverse is none other than Tom and his plan to occupy every avatar. They learned this through Colonel Jackson, whom it was revealed has the power of future sight. Using this new information, our pilots have raced across the metaverses, securing possible Joe's Diner locations that Tom might use to enact his plan. So far, they have secured the Joe's Diners of the Weird West and of the Space Princesses of Galaxy Force 5. Reuniting old avatars, friends, and enemies along the way. Though there are only 3 Joe's Diners left as possible locations for Tom to use his special metapod, time is running out.
Time.
I knew someone was going to say it. The team has divided in order to reach 2 Joe's Diners locations at once. The burden has become tangible as you enter your metapods. You've learned much from Colonel Jackson in the past week, although you are sure there is even more he has yet to tell you. It would seem his future sight is as much a curse as it is a boon. He's sending you back to the 1980s-esque metaverse where you had visited before, though how you can return there without any remaining avatars is a mystery. Between the program and the alien invasion, every avatar of that metaverse was killed, or so you thought. As the light of the metaverse surrounds you, you find yourself both in circumstances both familiar and unfamiliar. Where to begin? How about the end? Nearly a year ago, the animated world of Galaxy Tales began to suffer a catastrophic breakdown, seemingly connected with a strange foreign object later revealed to be a fragment of the Titan Force. How it got there all the way from Metaverse 668 is anyone's guess. As the animated world around them collapsed, the heroes of Galaxy Tales embraced and accepted the burden of the power of the Titan Force, saving the last surviving planet, Mamelon Prime, from destruction. Traveling through the inky black known, our heroes happened across a blinding light in this vast darkness, and when they reached it, they were pulled through into a world that, much like they had become when they embraced the Titan Force, was not animated at all. A planet of humans, primitive in technology, strange and foreign, and under a hostile alien invasion. But heroes are heroes, no matter where they are. In the process of fighting alien invaders and saving innocent lives, the crew of Galaxy Tales learned a hard truth. They were fake. Cartoons, fiction, two-dimensional trope-based constructs, created by an ordinary man of this world to entertain children and sell toys. Their entire existence a scripted sham. Make-believe. Presto's insufferable antics, Sojourn's mysterious mysticism, North's clumsiness, and Kit's snappy wit, all just created character tropes. Now, for some, such a thing could destroy their entire world, break them down, or even make them doubt the validity of their existence. But thankfully, part of the core of their fictional existence is an inability to give up. An unwavering stand in the face of adversity. And all of the Adoring Child fans certainly help too. Lunchboxes, action figures, t-shirts, you've seen it all. And so here we are, nearly a year later. The last holdouts of humanity secreted away in remote bunkers and secret bases across the world, fighting an organized resistance against the occupying alien force. Until the arrival of the Galaxy Tales heroes, all was lost. The vastly superior technology of the aliens seemed unstoppable. But in all the years these invaders have spent conquering galaxies, never once have they come across or been prepared for super-powered Saturday morning cartoon characters.
Who are
And real,
trained-
they are.
Who were trained at fighting aliens.
For nearly a year, they have helped lead this resistance, trying to stop the aliens from locating and taking any more humans. Hundreds of millions have been taken. To where? No one knows. But today it all ends. Kit Foxman has spent nearly 3 months preparing his master plan, gathering intelligence, preparing troops, and organizing the resistance, all for today. Over the course of these months, Kit has discovered the aliens use a facility in Colby, Ohio to transport detained humans off planet. Some kind of teleportation technology. Colby has long been the heart of the alien invading domain. It is the most secure region in the world, practically impenetrable. Not to mention the motherships in orbit able to deploy fast-moving spacecraft to respond to threats anywhere in minutes' notice. The facility is the key to Kit's master plan. All he needs is the right distraction. Of course, there is one more little thing. Not that he's made mention of it. But there's something else in Colby. Something more personal. Their creator. Just outside of Clyde, Ohio, on the corner of Fox Avenue and Ohio Street. Jasper Crown, the guy who drew Galaxy Tales.
Whoa.
Using a secure communication system, Kit and the Galaxy Tales crew have made contact with all of the resistance leaders globally. And Kit and the team are about to lay out the plan to save the humans and beat the aliens once and for all. System shock.
Oh.
Of course.
Well, that's a thing.
Let's go ahead and put you full avatar.
Yes, left. Oh, sloth.
Thank you.
There was no Borky Bob's Burgers, and anyone who tries to claim otherwise is a dirty Borking Borker. On a completely unrelated note, we are now living in Borkingston at the Duchess of Bork's villa. It has secret passages that lead to a dungeon. We are planning to explore that next, so wish us luck. Hashtag hack attack.
Thank you,
you.
Oh,
Chad.
good luck, the Borks.
Good luck.
Good luck.
You'll need it. And we're going to go the exact opposite down and put you in full pilot.
Oh, good.
We're going to keep you exactly in the middle,
Indecision. It has your hands all over it, Foxman.
and we are going to put you one away from Avatar. You have all of the resistance leaders on screen to present your powerful and final plan, Kit Foxman. They're waiting.
Get on with the plan, Foxman.
I.
I learned a new trick.
Oh, okay. Let's everybody look at Janica's Dr. Professor North, right?
Right.
New trick.
Okay.
Let's all see that. We'll talk about the plan afterwards.
I was doing a psychological, societal study, and I discovered that we have a rallying cheer. Are you ready?
I mean, yeah.
O-H.
O-H.
Yes, you are supposed to respond.
O-H.
O-H.
I-O.
That.
I see how this
Rallying
cheer works in
cheer.
this land.
Rallying cheer.
Interesting.
Use that.
For Ohio?
Yes.
All of the resistance leaders in this place we call Ohio.
If you say O-H, they will answer I-O.
I don't know that this plan has much depth to it, Professor.
It's a trick, not a plan.
I see. This has
Okay,
your
no,
trickery
it's
all
gonna
over
come
it.
back to me. can't really, Foxy and I aren't, exactly communicating at the moment.
It's quite obnoxious when you speak of yourself in the third person, Foxman. That is your real name.
Thomas, it's me. Crash.
You're not Monkey Bone. You're just Drawn Cool World. Hashtag clarity.
Thank you.
Oh, I love clarity.
I know, it's the best.
Thank you, chat.
I get the sense.
Raute Crashbuff in case.
What?
That happened.
Wait, what?
Crash buff in case.
Crash buff in case.
That was an interesting voice.
Anyone else hear that in German?
Crash buff in
Just
case.
me?
Crash buff in case.
Interesting.
Sounded German then.
I heard somebody was.
Crash, am I understanding correctly that at this moment you do not seem to have much control over the memories of the avatar in which you are inhabiting?
Correct. Yes, that.
Fantastic. I would like to try and assist Crash in remembering what this plan is, or at least the details that my own avatar might have ascertained.
Would
How are you going to go about that?
I do believe Thomas will use. Oh,
He'll just go back and watch every episode of Galaxy Tales real quick.
that would be a good start.
That would be a good start.
How do I do that?
Well, Thomas can do any skill, so you could just come up with the name of the relevant skill for me, and that would work.
Syndication. I'd use the skills of syndication
All right.
in order to quickly research prior episodes of the show known as Galaxy Tales and determine what is the most likely plan of attack that Kit Foxman would have used.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll those dice for me.
I rolled an 11, and as that is a skill in the Prime Metaverse, I win by 5.
By 5. You believe that Kit's plan probably centers around a distraction designed to draw off the alien fighters in space, then some form of communications jamming, and then probably seizing that
Right.
teleportation
Oh.
equipment.
Right, oh God, Foxman, what's wrong with you? There's the resistance. They're all gonna hit, and then oh, I'm not good at plans.
Was it,
How did I get this job?
was it something with the ventral Teflon emitter?
I don't even know what that is.
I'm unconvinced, given my own current knowledge of science, that the professor does either.
I made it.
Interesting.
Well, okay then. No, we draw them away so they're distracted. Of course, I came up with this plan. Right, so if they're all going in different directions, they're not gonna have, and we're gonna go into the home base, and we're gonna sneak the teleporters, and we're gonna enter the mothership, and we're gonna get all of the prisoners off of the ship.
Sounds
I
good.
think.
Sounds fairly close.
This does seem to be a statistically probable approach to use, at least within the realms of what we have experienced thus far.
Usually he makes them a little more complicated for no reason.
Hey,
Ah,
bad
but in this
guys,
case,
look
I believe it
behind
is
you.
all Crash.
A distraction. This distraction is brought to you today by Sapphire Industries. Distracting your enemies today so you survive to have it tomorrow. Hashtag hack attack.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, chat.
I think it's such a good, simple plan, Kit.
Thank you.
If the security officer has signed off on it, then this would seem to indicate that it is a tactically sound approach.
That's why I like you, Thomas.
Sound. Super.
Am I fuzzier than I was before?
Yes, Crash, we do appear to be more three-dimensional than we priorly experienced these avatars.
Did you use the hair tonic that I made?
I don't know.
Yes. I'm so smooth.
Look how shiny.
Look at my
Yes, I'm
look at my 3 toes.
I painted those nails too.
That's really, really good.
It is interesting to me, Professor, as an observer, the amount of time that you do spend tinkering with various forms of, should I say, commercialization and other forms of products. Have you ever considered starting your own industry?
I have one.
Interesting.
I'm already incorporated.
Wait, what?
It says on my sheet, LLC.
It also says incorporated if we're going to break that wall.
Incorporated and certified.
Lifeguard.
Well, there you go. And
Oh,
bonded.
lifeguard. I'd be good at lifeguarding. I'm a polar bear. If I don't tear them to pieces, I could surely save them.
Well, now that we've had this nice little war room discussion about what our plan is, I can safely say that the world is doomed.
Not exactly. I do calculate that there is at least a semblance of a chance of this plan succeeding.
It's so weird to hear you talk like that when you look like that.
Well, at the moment, I do seem to be leaning into my pilot, and as such, I thought it only appropriate.
It's a good man. It's a good man. All right.
They're talking funny like they used to back when you were in the cartoon.
I don't even know.
What?
I'm gonna try and use this meta point to get me just a little bit closer to Mr. Foxman. Thank you for the meta point.
Thank you, Chen. You feel a little closer to that
Okay.
plan.
All right. Yeah. Oh no, we got this. This is gonna be great. So when we give the signal, everybody attacks from different directions, all at different places. The mothership has to basically split their forces to deal with all of the attacks at once. That's when we make a surgical strike directly to the center of their base, where they're keeping their teleporters, which is what they use to get their prisoners back up to their mothership. Then, and only then, we reverse the polarity on the teleporters to teleport all of the prisoners back. Now we have an entire army right in the middle of their base.
Is this why you wanted the temporal reflection balloon?
Nope, that was for some after dinner stuff.
Okay.
An interesting theory, Foxman, but I am curious exactly how you expect us to attack this ship.
I could make a weapon.
Guys, we're Titans now. Why don't we just, fly in there and shoot them up?
But
I
we need
can use my super speed.
That's right. Now that we're all Titans, we all have different aspects of the Titan force.
You fell into my trap, Foxman. I knew this. I was merely testing to see that it was truly you. Yes, speed, flight, all of these things in no way, shape, or form was I unaware that I possessed, having occupied this body for at least a year.
Well, I'm just re-explaining to everybody because we seem slightly confused, or at least I did for a moment.
I am never confused.
Glad to see you haven't changed, buddy. So, things that we need to take care of before the attack happens, which is not right this second. Yes.
Do we need a weapon?
Yeah, whip something up.
Okay.
But not a whip.
You can make a whip if you want.
I said not a whip, Foxman. Although as captain, you do outrank me.
Only just.
In fact, the two of you have been working on projects at Kit Foxman's instruction for some time in the past couple of weeks. Different ones for the both of you. Professor North, you've been working on a communications scrambling device that, if put into the right location of the alien base, should take their communications completely offline for a short period of time. And presto, you have been working on something exceptionally secret. No one could come up with a way to disable all those alien ships in orbit. Every plan that Professor North had, every little piece of technology, every attack pattern, none of it worked. So you swore that you had it covered. And
Yes.
You have been working behind closed doors
I have.
using magic to prepare for this.
I have come up with the most magically enhanced, magnificent plan you could ever imagine.
Now-
Except you couldn't imagine it.
Technically, it was my plan.
You think that it's probably only got about a 5% chance of working, but that's not something that you really care
This is
to.
not true.
You're really counting on that 5% happening.
It should work, no problem.
I see no errors in this plan.
And it is the biggest.
I missed the theme song, Foxman, I'll admit it.
I miss.
Ah.
I haven't heard it in so long, it's distracting to not
You
be
know what I miss? I
Ah.
miss the voice.
acting coherently for 24 hours a day without a break. How do they do it? I still don't understand.
That's what's missing. In my opinion, the only thing that we're missing as a team is that voice.
And the commercials. I miss the commercials.
They
If
were
we're
part
on
of
this
that.
subject, does anyone else not miss the commercials?
I haven't been hungry for cereal in over a year.
Oh my goodness. I learned so much about the magical charms you find inside.
Cereal.
Yes.
I prefer fish.
Because,
Gross.
yeah, right. I mean, fish are delicious.
Delicious to eat.
Well, they're better now, because then when I put them in my mouth, they don't just come out as a skeleton. I use a knife and a fork, and I scoop it up, and I take out the bones one at one.
Wasn't there that short-lived cereal based on your character? Pike Krispies?
Nobody liked them but me.
They weren't good.
I liked them.
Much better than Carpios, I must admit.
So what we need before the plan goes off, crew. I don't imagine we're gonna fly our spaceship into Colby, Ohio. I think that might be a little much.
O-H.
I forgot already.
Oh.
We're just spelling the state.
Of Ohio.
Yes.
For what reason?
It rallies the troops.
I heard once it was how they passed first grade.
It's Ohio. It's how they pass college.
My bad.
That's
what we needed right there.
I drove
The
through
Michiganer
it and I
off to
threw
the
up
side.
there. Grew up in Ohio.
Me too.
That's it. That's my story.
So, what I've done, since we can't fly a spaceship into Colby, Ohio, as you can see, I've rented this station wagon, and here we are. Driving.
Road trip.
But I could fly.
We can all fly.
Why aren't we just flying?
Because then we would be a group of flying, talking animals.
We're already a group of talking animals.
We're keeping a low profile.
How?
That's why we're wearing the trench coats. That's why we're wearing the fedoras.
I do appreciate this throne you've given me in the back seat, Kidman.
It's a car seat.
This throne is most appropriate for one of my stature.
You don't weigh enough to ride in the front. And the law says if you're under 75 pounds, we have to put you in a car seat.
I like to think of you as my chauffeur.
Also, technically, you're only 4.
Aren't we all?
Yes.
And who's driving?
I have cup holders.
I'm driving because
I'm a
Presto's not allowed to drive because he's too small.
I'm a professor in many things.
I can
Surely
drive
I
if I
have a
wanted
driver's license.
Presto's a pilot.
Also true.
I'm like half on the car, half on top.
The fact is,
Half
none of
on
us
top,
have
half
driver's
in it.
licenses.
I have many licenses. I could hold one up.
They're all pretend.
If I
What
could,
is our estimated time of arrival?
We should be arriving in, what's the name of that town?
Clyde.
Clyde. Any minute now.
You have in fact
Only on
pulled
that.
into the outskirts of Clyde in the Colby Township. It's technically, I believe, the York Township of Ohio, but that's another story. Man, is Ohio weird as far as they divide stuff up
Ain't
geographically.
that true? Yeah, very true. So,
Clyde is a relatively small town. There's a church, a grocery store, a few odds and ends. It is one of the places that didn't suffer a tremendous amount of damage and carnage during the initial onslaught. A lot of Ohio was spared just because so much of an alien force showed up that a lot of the area was taken over before anyone could organize any resistance. So it didn't really become a battleground. Whereas other places like Kansas are pretty much wiped off the map from becoming massive battlegrounds. Some people say it's an improvement.
Interesting.
what do they know? What do they know?
So we've arrived at Clyde.
We're in the outskirts of Clyde. Clyde is particularly well patrolled by the aliens because they keep here little domed bubbles of some of the humans for observation and study.
Is part of your plan that we should free the humans?
Well, part of my plan is that, yes, we do free all of the humans. That's why we're fighting this war.
Right, I knew that.
The poor little pink buggers are getting annihilated by these aliens.
How many humans
I feel sorry for the hairless little
are
freaks.
captured here?
You're not sure. Clyde isn't a place you have visited. You would guess not more than a few dozen. The majority of them get transported up using their teleporter device. Only the ones that they find interesting for study, much like humans would study wildlife.
Oh, well, let's
kept
get
around.
on with it, Foxman.
Hold on, I'm carrying it.
But Clyde is about as far as you can go before it becomes a heavily patrolled.
Rebellion Code. Name bad friend. Why are these animatronics talking about serial and ever meeting? How the heck is it?
I don't know about that one.
My name is Brian.
What?
What?
It said
What?
something in a silly accent, and then it said, "Hello, my name is Ryan."
That really
I
happened?
think the
Was it
voice was
Brian?
telling us who he was.
Master Sojourn, if you could please adjust the, what was it called, air conditioning, I would be most appreciative.
Okay.
There we are.
Rebellion Code. Name bad friend. Why are these animatronics talking about
Yeah, I can't
serial
understand
and
that at
ever
all.
meeting? How the
I
heck
can
is
a
it?
little bit.
I can read it. We like
Why are these animatronics about serial?
We like the
Oh,
German people,
thank
but we
you,
cannot
sir.
understand Gunther.
I'm very.
You're fine.
Oh, you're fine. We find it entertaining.
I got more Belgian out of that than German, but okay.
I slowly climb from the top down to get to the air conditioner.
All right, it takes quite a bit of
minutes
time,
later.
but eventually you are fully inside this station wagon. And this is no ordinary station wagon. It has the wood paneling on the sides, the roof rack.
I tried to find a Studebaker. I really
It
like that
even
Muppet
has
movie.
the rear-facing seat in the back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, the Chrysler perfected.
Oh no, they
Love that.
were like horizontal, or they were.
Oh, Chrysler had the rear-facing one.
Okay,
It was
I had
great.
one that was like this, and there was like two seats that. Anyway, they also folded down.
It does, in fact, fold down, but it's really great. You know, somebody can just sit in the back and just look out the back window. It's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Not the safest in an automobile crash, though.
No.
But not the least safe. That would be just standing on top of the car. Unless you're a
Holding
sloth.
on.
Yeah. Unless you're a
Clyde is about
I
as
go
far
back
south
there.
as you can take the car. From this point forward, it becomes very heavily patrolled by the alien forces and considered an off-limits area.
All right, let's ditch the car.
Now we fly.
Well, no, now we walk.
I wish to bring the throne.
That's gonna have to be up to the professor
I could make.
because you can't carry it.
I could carry it if I so choose.
I will fashion wheels and a pulling device so he could carry it.
5 minutes later, the car has no wheels, but we have a car seat with 20-inch tires on it.
Fine, we can leave the seat.
You sure you don't want the stroller?
Yes, the mobile throne.
Okay, I'm gonna get the stroller out of the damn back.
It's one of those umbrella ones. You just
Yeah.
pop out. It's like, yes.
He gets to ride in his mobile throne,
Onward.
and we walk the next 3 blocks to the corner of Fox Street and
Fox
Ohio.
Avenue and Ohio Street. Wow, it is. It's a domed little neighborhood. It looks like something out of, I don't know, like Mr. Rogers or a sitcom or something.
Oh.
It is absolutely perfect, except for one house. The last house on the corner of Fox Avenue and Ohio Street has furniture in the yard. The lawn is growing up really high. There's some broken down cars. There are beer cans entirely covering the porch. The garage is open and it's just filled with empty, crushed beer cans. It is a horrible, horrible sign. I mean, it could
Of course,
probably.
this is the place.
The fence is falling down. The house could use new paint, maybe a roof, some siding, windows, doors, probably some You know, you should probably just tear the whole thing down and start over. It's that bad.
Am I to understand that this is to be our base of operations for the attack on the alien fleet?
Not exactly, but sort of. It's kind of hard to explain. I didn't want to have to spring this on you, but I thought telling you about it ahead of time would be weird. Also, that's not the way I've ever operated, and I didn't want to surprise anyone. So, This is the home of one Jasper Crown,
Ah! Jasper Crown,
creator
creator
Of
the
Galaxy Tales.
Galaxy Tales. Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you,
you.
Pax.
Thank you.
I knew that.
So yeah, our dad lives here.
What?
Do we know this name?
Jasper
You know
Crown.
this name.
Yeah, I googled a lot of things when we first moved here. Do you know that a girl does my voice? Just throwing that out there. It's always weirded me out since I found out. I wasn't even gonna say anything, but here.
Is it E.G. Daily?
No, Teresa Moore. I don't know who she is, but if I ever find her,
So she would be
is the
like
house occupied?
your sister.
You think so? I mean, all these houses are under one like giant glass dome that you're looking into, and you can even see some of like aliens on the outside
So
looking
the
around.
community is domed.
Yeah, like a clear dome.
We're
Like they're
outside.
looking at an
How
aquarium.
did we get in?
You are on the outside of it, but looking in.
Oh, we're looking in.
You're looking in at it.
So what do you want us to
like that
do?
Stain song.
I'm confused, Foxman. Are we to break in?
Well, I mean, break is a strong word. But I thought that maybe if you had one of your fancy, magic-y, portable hole type thingies, we could just, walk through.
What is the dome made of?
Some kind of acrylic, not particularly, like it couldn't even withstand a few heavy bombardment of any kind of gunshots or explosives, really. It's just meant to keep unarmed, frail, soft-skinned humans inside.
As usual, it's up to me to fix the obvious glaring holes.
Alternatively, we could
In
just
your
make a lot
plan,
of noise
Foxman.
and have North punch it down.
I just sigh loudly and then dig underneath it.
The digging is rapid, and a rabbit pops out on the other side of the glass.
Could you?
All right, everybody in.
I'll make it wider.
You're gonna have to.
No kidding.
Your butt's not gonna fit in that hole.
Not at all.
Can I just be there already on the other side when they
You have
all
no
pop up?
idea how, but suddenly Sojourner's just inside and already in the yard.
There you are.
What the? You were right behind me.
Ha. Ha.
Oh
Huh.
boy. Okay, what's this, what is it, what exactly is this dome made out of?
An acrylic combination of materials. It's lightweight. It keeps the atmosphere intact.
Oh, what kind of atmosphere?
There is a toxic gas being used here to keep the humans passive.
Okay, let's do some filters on everybody then, if we could.
On it.
Just in case we get too docile. And, what else we got? Oh, mark out any patrols we run into ahead of time. Like those guys we saw. Put them on my map so I can see them.
They are being indicated to you.
Great.
I'm gonna refill in the hole.
Well done. Most of the houses, I said, are perfect, except for this one here on the corner. It just, so those one of these things is not like the other.
Am I to assume that this is the house that we ought to go to?
I don't know, scanning. Is there anybody in it?
There is a single individual in the living room.
Yeah, this is the place. I'm so excited right now.
They have particularly bad blood pressure.
Oh.
What do you hope to accomplish by us meeting this person?
I have daddy issues.
You were written with daddy issues.
I have
By
daddy-
this guy.
Then they're very severe.
No, they're made up.
Severely.
Severely made up, yes.
Daddy issues.
Yeah. What's your daddy's name?
James. Jasper.
You don't know.
Jeremiah.
Starts with a J.
Jasper Crown.
Jasper Crown.
In fact, the mailbox in front of this house is a kind of a worn, bound J crown.
This
written
is
on the side.
ridiculous. I will storm over to the front door and just start hammering on it quickly.
It's a screen door that's kind of loosely hanging, and after several hits, that it falls off the
Although I'll do it
hinges
with my foot.
completely. It is rapid. The hell do you want? I'm coming. You can hear beer
Crown,
cans
show yourself!
getting kicked aside as though someone is literally wading through beer cans. And then the door opens.
Hello?
There is a rather portly man in his late 50s, curly dark hair. He's holding a can of beer. He smells of beer, and all you can see in the house is empty beer cans.
You, Crown, comma Jasper, here, now.
Oh, hell no. So the door shuts.
I really want to have snuck through when he
You're
the
inside.
door was open.
He turns around, and you are standing right there. You can hear the knocking going. Oh.
Just looking around,
Presto?
staring at
I'm
me.
unimpressed with this Crown.
Presto, just take the door off.
The door opens up again. What do you want?
Well, we would love to come in, thank you. And I walk in.
Your hospitality has been noted.
Whatever, Dad.
The house is filled with beer cans and empty takeout containers. There's trash all over the place. It smells horrible. There's currently some weird black and white rerun television going on.
I'm fascinated to see that a rabbit, a fox, a sloth, and a polar bear were created by a pig.
Now,
Good one.
let's get this straight. I don't know you shits anything.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Ah, wow.
Square up my body towards
Make it sound like we're coming after you for child support or something. We're just here to visit.
No, we probably qualify if we're only 4.
Good point.
Interesting.
So,
Residuals, eh?
he clearly hasn't been collecting them.
I would like to start to clean up unnoticed. Just like stealthily.
Cans are just slowly disappearing on the floor. Every so often you look and there's less cans and less trash.
But I still look cool over here.
And less. And less. And in the span of a couple of minutes, almost the whole house is clean. And you don't know how it happened.
So, Jasper, have a seat.
Okay. He sits back down in his recliner, picks up his remote,
No.
and hits play again.
Okay, I'm gonna vulcanate the TV.
What the hell did you do that for?
You
The
weren't
TV
paying-
is now a smoking pile of slag from being destroyed by his little photon blaster.
It's a vulpinator.
I made it.
I was watching that.
Well, now you're not. Now you're talking to your kids.
I know it's like a foreign concept for you, Dad.
Your cartoons.
Not anymore. And that might be your fault. We don't know.
If that were the case, you're taking it remarkably well.
Well, we have been on the news.
And he's super drunk.
True, to both.
I mean, you had to have expected this at some point.
Why do you think I've been drinking all this beer?
Because you're an alcoholic.
That.
Besides that.
So look. Why are you living in this
Filth.
crap hole?
Free beer.
The house comes with beer.
Aliens give me all the beer I want.
What do the aliens want with you?
They just stare at me through the glass.
Really? That's weird.
So the aliens are on the outside of this dome, none of them are on the inside?
None of them are on the inside.
Interesting.
And this house was different than all the other houses.
Yeah, like the person in it doesn't maintain it at all, but the others maintain it like the most perfect HOA neighborhood you've ever seen. The lawn exactly the same height.
So other people are still living in this town?
Yes, very much so. It's just like one block of a street completely domed off.
Oh, it's not the whole town, it's just...
No, just this one block of a street. About 16 total houses. And the people
They
aside
give
from
you
this,
free beer.
the people aside from this Jasper Crown, you could see like they wander the street, walk their dogs, and they have a very like forced-looking smile on their face.
When did the dome go up, Crown?
Oh, I don't know, 10 months ago, something like that. Right after they took over all this stuff.
The aliens put it here.
Yeah. And they stuck people in these houses. None of these guys were my neighbors before. I don't know any of these people.
But
What?
you were here.
Yeah.
What happened to your neighbors?
Whatever happens to people that they take.
But they left you.
Wouldn't you have?
Yes.
Hey, wait a minute.
What? You're a mess, dude.
Clearly their olfactory senses work. The aliens, for leaving him here.
Oh, I don't know if it's a smell thing. I think they're like semi-aquatic.
I get up real close, sitting on the arm of the chair.
Kind of making me uncomfortable.
Oh, good. You should have been uncomfortable like a lot longer than that. I mean, this is gross.
And super uncool. Dad.
Stinky.
I just drew you on a page. I'm not your dad.
And you wrote the stories. That counts.
You
Yeah.
know I care about cool stuff.
I made that up!
Well, it's true now. And
More-
You are uncool.
More pressing at the moment, Crown. Your contract. What kind of back action are you getting on this?
Well, being as the show doesn't run anymore and the production company, I think, is either dead or wherever the aliens put him, I don't think I'm getting paid anymore.
Fascinating.
He's getting paid in beer.
So if that's the case, I assume you would have no, shall we say, objections to signing over your rights to Galaxy Tales in perpetuity.
Well, I don't own it.
Who does?
When you've just conquered an alien planet and your favorite cartoon show has come to life and gone off the television, spend your newly acquired free time observing the effects of alcohol on the hopelessly middle-aged. Hashtag Thomas Buff.
Wait, why was that a lead into a buff for me?
Thank you, Chet.
Why not?
Thank you.
Okay, same people who owned everything before the aliens. Damn animation company.
Great.
You must have had some stake, though.
But according to Google, I mean, it's pretty blowed up.
Well, I guess.
I mean, if the company's dissolved, wouldn't the rights revert to you? I mean, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have sent you a letter, what with them being burned.
I don't know, I guess. I mean, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know anything about that
No
kind of
problem.
law.
We brought one with
I
us.
have that.
Poof. I would like to create a contract in front of him right now that signs over all of the rights to the show to the four of us.
Well,
It's legally binding.
we can use him, though.
Should he be on the paper?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure we're taken care of when this man kicks the bucket of
And I'm
cirrhosis,
making
Foxman.
sure that this man doesn't lose his intellectual property, which technically is the idea of us.
He's clearly losing intellectual property by the minute.
I'm right here.
I've hugged you and fallen asleep without you realizing.
Does it normally do this?
She
'Cause I
is-
didn't write that.
Yes,
She
he
is
did.
adorable, and you should be honored. Crown.
I wouldn't mind a hug. I mean, I don't need one. But I mean, we can talk about that later. That's fine. We'll skip past that for now. So, I don't know if you've noticed, but the world has been taken over by aliens.
Well, yeah.
And while some of them give you beer, a lot of them vaporize humans and enslave them.
I'll take the beer.
Right. If I got to choose to be on one of those two lists, I would pick the beer list myself.
You've had beer.
Yeah,
That's not good for you.
I am aware of that.
What happened?
Nothing.
Nothing happened.
I'm a cartoon.
You're a fox.
No. Foxes walk on 4 legs that are only this big. I am nearly 6 feet tall and walk on 2 legs. I'm not a real fox.
Well, you're real something.
This is the most true thing you've ever said, Professor. Nah.
Still asleep.
Still asleep.
You can help us.
How?
He can't help himself, Foxman.
Okay, bear with me here.
All right.
Yes, there is a bear with you here. Ha! I see the joke you're attempting, Foxman. It wasn't funny.
I apologize. Won't happen again. My bad, dog. Rabbit. Whatever. So, you invented us, right? And then we magically came to life and now fight aliens.
God, that sounds weird.
Doesn't it though? So, what else have you invented?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you created our whole world, right? It just so happens that we have a world that is in need of the rest of its universe, basically. And you could make that for us.
He could fix Mammon Prime and the galaxy around it.
You could fix the entire Mammon system.
Well, let me get this straight. You want me to draw more cartoons of the Galaxy Tales worlds?
It'd
Is
be
that what
like
you're saying?
you'd actually be taking care of us, like a real dad.
In exchange, we'll get rid of these aliens.
Because you trained us to do that.
It's all going down today, bud. You don't want to miss this. You want to jump on this train.
Choo-choo.
Well, I guess I'm gonna need a job anyway. You see that contract of yours? What do I get paid?
Technically, a fifth of whatever we all get paid.
Well, what do you get paid?
We don't know. We've never done rights or residuals before. We didn't even know we were a show until very recently.
There you go.
Excellent. Nah, no take-back seats.
I should
So,
warn you, Professor North is a lawyer.
And a
What
notary.
do you want me to draw?
I've already gotten you drawing supplies. They're just in front of you. And
Oh.
I'm asleep again on your body.
How?
So that's the Titan symbol.
Okay.
Right there. We're all Titans now.
What's that? I didn't see that.
They're like superheroes, I guess. Space cops.
I can lift things.
I didn't come up with.
No, that's a totally different thing. We're not really sure how that happened, and if we knew, we probably wouldn't talk to you about it because it probably breaks some kind of rule, right? Everything seems to break rules lately.
I don't think it could really get any weirder. Okay, what do you want me to draw?
We should start out small, in case it goes sideways.
What do you mean? Don't think small.
In case it goes sideways.
We need a home for the rest of our people.
A planet.
This is assuming that it works, as you predict.
Of course it'll work. I mean, look at it. It's Jasper Crown. The greatest creative mind of our time.
The only creative mind of our
Is he
time.
on drugs?
Nope, I'm
No.
merely a product of your imagination. Come to life with superpowers.
Am I on drugs?
That is a good possibility, sir.
Would you like a drug test? I could administer one.
I'm not sure that that would work. If you are a hallucination, then the drug test from hallucination would.
We are not
I need more beer.
hallucinations.
Wait, you think we're hallucinations?
The beer's gone. And I'm awake now and looking you in the eye.
This is getting really weird.
This already was really weird. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
Just tell me what you want me to draw.
We want our planet back. We want our world back. And we need to get rid of these aliens.
Can you make the lakes rainbows?
What?
Let's
It would be an improvement, damn to think of it.
start
What?
I just thought
small.
it would be pretty.
Why don't we just have him try it out first? Stare at
What do
you
want me
again.
to draw?
An apple.
Okay. It takes a few minutes and starts sketching out an apple on a piece of paper. Before long, there's an apple sketched on a piece of paper.
Presto. Presto it. You know,
As if I was your servant.
technically, you know what? It doesn't matter.
Abracadabra!
There is an apple where that piece of paper was.
I knew that would happen.
You didn't, did ya? Pretty neat, right?
We should think bigger. 2 apples.
2 apples? I can draw 2 apples.
No.
A rabbit. Cadabbit.
And you now have a total of 3 perfect apples.
Corporal Dogberry.
I haven't drawn that one in a long time. Let me see if I can get this right. A few minutes goes by and the sketch starts to take shape. Turns into 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and it's Corporal Dogberry exactly as you remember him.
He looks great.
A rabbit cadabbit.
The page shimmers for a second, and the image is gone.
You still have Mammal on?
You in fact do still have mammal on, hanging on your necklace. It's about the size of a marble.
We may have a way home, guys.
What's that?
That's our planet.
Take it out. Shouldn't have put it away.
It's like the cat thing on Men in Black. Is that what's
confused.
going on?
A little bit.
Okay. And what happened to Corporal
Are you
Dogberry?
saying the corporal is on the planet?
If he's not on the planet, then he's on this planet. Which means maybe he came out of a TV somewhere nearby. Since I may have accidentally vulpinated this one.
Can I quickly make detect Colonel Dogberry?
Corporal, don't give him a promotion. He never deserved one.
Oh, right. I can do that.
In fact, you can do that.
Oh,
Corporal
how?
Dogberry is not present
On planet?
on planet, but Corporal Dogberry is definitely in existence. I mean, he's on planet, but it's odd. He's not. At the same time. He's like right next to you, but he's also not right
It's
next
in
to
your
you.
necklace.
Now, why would corporal go there and not here?
Because he belongs there and not here.
We belong there.
After we figure out how to get out of here, we will.
Fascinating.
Why was everybody animals?
It
Is
was
this
a
something
cool
we
thing
know what to do
do
about you?
When I started drawing, was the anthropomorphic people.
Draw a hand.
No.
That's why we're animals.
Are you a furry?
Oh, no.
Okay,
no.
just sorry, I had a run-in with them a couple of months back, and it was
Just-
not a good experience. I'm not even gonna lie.
When I was trying to get a job drawing the popular Saturday morning cartoons, was about these turtles, and so I tried to draw something like that.
Turtles. What did they
Yes.
do?
They were ninjas.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
Ninja turtles.
What kind of half-shelled idea is that?
It's ridiculous, is what it is. So, how about in the new Galaxy Tales? There's also humans.
He can't draw hands. Sorry.
I guess I could put humans in it.
They could wear mittens. It could be like an ice planet.
You know,
That's a good idea.
but ice planets are really cold.
I'm a polar bear.
It can have a polar region.
You're the only polar bear.
He could make you a sweater.
I practically am a sweater.
Then what's your problem?
That's fair. All right.
Can you draw a pillow?
I guess. What kind of pillow?
Soft.
Okay. He spends a few minutes on a sketch pad, and there's a nice looking pillow sketched out.
A rabbit cadabbit.
In a place of the page, there is a big, fluffy pillow.
Thank you.
We may be onto something here. Okay, so we're busting you out, homie.
So,
Don't we still need to deal with the aliens, Foxman?
I could make a duplicate of him and make it animatronic, like Home Alone, where he's in the window.
He could
That
drop.
is literally the best idea I have ever
That
heard.
is a good idea. I'm gonna use that meta point here. Just move.
all right,
Just
meta
to
point
move here.
used.
Cool. There. Sorry.
So I make
Back
it
with your
an
great idea.
animatronic
Rockin'
Jasper.
Christmas tree.
He's going like this, and then on a
And
track.
every once in a while,
Coming
like
backwards.
drinking.
All right,
Yeah.
give me an
Spins.
engineering or a science-based roll or whatever skill that you are using as Professor North that's relevant to do this.
Science, all of it, including robotics and anamorphics, is 16, and I got a 14.
You managed to use this really primitive tech from this simple world to put together a pretty decent facsimile of this guy.
Excellent.
I mean, it's wearing his clothes. It counts.
I mean, it's decent. Like,
The head is, you know, it's like a mannequin head with a picture of him pasted on the front,
Well,
but
we probably all look the same to them anyway. So.
they all look the same to me.
It's nearly as interesting a conversationalist as the original.
You really don't like this guy.
He's useful at the moment. Draw me something pretty.
well, like what?
He drew you.
Good point.
You're off the hook, pal. All right, we've got a station wagon parked just a few blocks from here, so it should be no problem with the escape happening and everything.
Also, we could fly.
Oh, right.
Don't we still need to deal with the aliens?
Yes, we're going to deal with all of the aliens. It's all part of the plan. This was merely a pit stop.
I knew that, Foxman.
But we can't exactly go and attack the alien base with, you know, the creator here.
Correct, because that would be...
He is soft and will die.
He's soft and will die, as I said.
We could make him armor,
On it.
like furry.
What are we going to make it out of? Beer
We
cans?
could
Beer
make
cans.
him into an animal.
Don't worry, you're not fighting anything. We're going to put you somewhere safe. There's a resistance place not too far from here.
Why isn't it safe here?
We don't know what happens when the domes go down.
Oh. Good point.
Perhaps we should clarify for you, Crown. Your alien captors will be no more by the end of the day.
That's
Also-
mighty ambitious of you.
Also, they're drugging you through the gas that's in here to make you docile.
Correct.
I thought that was the beer.
I wish they'd turned it up.
They're not really taking requests right now. What
You're
with
an
the being
inspiration,
evil
sir.
alien overlords and all.
Why do you think they kept him?
He draws us.
Yeah, but they didn't know that.
It's an interesting question. What is interesting or unique or useful about him? to
Are
an
you
alien?
funny when you're drunk?
I get up on you and
No.
start looking at you very closely.
You're making me really uncomfortable.
Foxman, you keep using that howl word. Why don't you howl him?
I pull back.
To do what?
To see what makes him interesting. Howl him.
Sure, Hal, scan the nerd.
He's got bad blood pressure. A lot of minor medical conditions. Definitely needs to change his diet, or he's going to shorten his life expectancy drastically. He could have a heart attack any day now.
Yeah, he's in rough shape, dude.
I'd like to use a bit of magic. Might really regret this, but it's presto, so it's whatever. I'd like to pull a single alien out of my hat,
Oh Lord.
point at him and say, point at Crown and say to the alien, "What makes him interesting or useful to you?"
The alien begins doing that strange dolphin speech that they do.
I can't do that.
Can I understand it? Can Aquamarine
Can you
understand
howl
it?
the language?
She has all languages.
You
I
can
can-
understand it, and Hal
I
can
can
also
understand it, too.
understand it.
Okay, cool.
He was randomly selected from a batch of individuals, particularly as he is a non-breeding human. They wanted to select those that had not bred yet for their future breeding program.
Well,
They
he's
wanna
clearly
breed
not
him?
bred.
Interesting.
Weird.
And then I would like
Weird.
to use a smoke pellet to poof, make the alien vanish to God knows where.
I almost feel bad for that alien, but I don't. Oh, man.
Oh, presto.
There is a
It's
slight...
an excellent plan.
There's a slight more waste at the top of Mount Everest right now.
Oh man, nice one.
You saw the cutscene as well, didn't you?
Yes, I lean in for a high five.
You only have 3 toes. We have to do it twice and get change. It's so troublesome. Thank you, Master Sojourn.
Think.
You know you're growing on me, I must admit.
Usually things grow on her.
Literally? Ah.
So, are we done here? Jasper, you ready to go? Got your stuff?
Holds up 2 6-packs of beer. Got it.
Looks like you're packed.
I can carry him.
You can carry just about anything.
That's
I
an
can
excellent.
carry
More
all
beer
of
would be a
us.
great idea.
That's an
I am
excellent.
not getting you more beer, Dad.
That's an excellent question. Where is my assistant, whose name I've forgotten?
Priscilla.
Unfortunately,
Priscilla!
she was never imbued with the Titan Force, so she did not come out of the television
Make
set.
him
with you.
draw her.
But she is not gone. She is still in existence on Mamelon Prime,
I
hanging
miss-
in that necklace.
I
Right
can have
there.
Priscilla back. Excellent.
Priscilla.
It's been so long since someone cleaned my toes.
She is one of the few survivors.
Oh.
Who is?
Priscilla.
Priscilla, the potato bug.
Oh. Yeah.
My personal valet.
She's in here.
And she has been enjoying her extended vacation immensely.
She's like, don't come
But
back.
my athlete's paw has not. I need her back.
She has not left the beach chair.
I can make you a toe cleaner thing. Just attach it to your foot whenever there is an
Aliens.
alien.
Taking over the world. We have to kill them today.
How are we supposed to do that if he's complaining about his feet?
He's always complaining about everything. He's presto.
I do it well too.
It's exactly how he's written.
I have an 18 in complaining.
Well, I have a lot in fixing that.
Watch this. I succeeded at complaining again.
It was a critical success, actually.
It's true.
It was a perfect complaint. You almost feel bad for him, even though all he does is complain.
And come up with brilliant plans, but that's neither here nor there. I hate
You
for
take
someone to give me the
for
credit for
brilliant
it.
plans. Doesn't matter. Not my fight. Not today. Come on, Foxman. Let's go save the world.
Good one, Foxman.
Mm-hmm.
What would I do without you, Sojourn? You're the only sane one of the bunch.
What? I have a degree in
She falls
sanity.
asleep.
That's not a real degree. There is no degree in sanity.
I have one right
I
here.
was gonna say, do you have the
It's right here. Degree in sanity.
Mhm. Yeah.
Licensed sanitician.
That you got from an all polar bear university that does not exist. Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
If you believe it, you can accomplish it.
No, if he believes it, we can accomplish it.
Well, I have accomplished it, therefore, I am a licensed whatever I said I was 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, where's the spleen?
I don't need a spleen for that. I think I have one here.
No, that's a good guess.
Here.
That's also right. I don't know either. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
I've fallen asleep in your arms. The pillow. The pillow's there.
Guys. It's sleeping again.
She! Crown.
Thank you.
Just don't, budge her too much. She could accidentally kill you with your bare hands. Or sloth hands, whatever.
It's gonna be a long day.
Yes! Yes, it is!
Going to be fascinating.
It's the middle of June. The longest day happens right now. I've been Googling everything.
I
Thank
felt,
you, Hal.
I felt that recently as a teacher. Longest days. June.
Foxman, can we begin this plan now?
Yes! Yes, I suppose we can. I'm sorry for holding you up, Presto.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Everybody get to the car.
Far be it from me to bother you with
Right
my
now.
complaints.
Right now to the car.
I'm already in it.
I'm gonna just grab
I'll dig another
everybody
hole.
that's not already in it and then fly to the car.
You can't fly to the car because
Why?
there is a dome.
Dome. I'll dig another hole.
Crap.
Right back out the way you came, and when you get back to the car, Sojourn is sitting on the roof, patiently.
Crown, I think it's important to tell you this before we enter the vehicle. The throne is mine.
You mean a car seat? Oh, that's funny.
Presto. So funny.
You put him in the car seat?
Throne.
That's funny.
Car throne.
He's technically not big enough for a seatbelt.
It is a car throne.
Oh, that's great. I think I'm going to draw that.
I was told this is a car throne.
Oh my gosh.
Is it not a car throne?
Yes, of course it's a car throne.
Excellent. I knew that.
Okay.
So you want me to just sit here at this station wagon?
I'm going to pick up my sippy cup and just drink.
Yeah, about, well, I guess 85, 90 miles north of here. On the 95, you'll get to where our base is.
Oh, okay. I can drive, I guess.
If you don't mind,
I only had like 15 beers.
Yeah, none of us have licenses, and it's not like there's any cars on the road.
Oh, my license has been suspended for years. I got
See,
this.
you're gonna be fine.
I'm not sure this is
So here's a
safe.
6-pack for the way.
Thanks.
You drive safe. We're gonna go save the world.
Good luck with those aliens.
Here's the address. What's your phone number? Can we have your phone number?
Oh, I don't got one. They took them all away from us inside the dome.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Can we magic him a phone or something?
Could I give him a nano wasp?
A rabbit
I don't think that's a
cadaverate.
good idea.
It's like a built-in phone.
A rabbit cadaverate.
That's no iPhone, but it'll work, I guess.
What is it? Blackberry.
What the is an iPhone?
It has FaceTime.
It
And you
was my phone. You should be grateful.
All right, sure.
Enjoy your new my phone.
Thanks. I guess.
Dick.
And down the road, the station wagon drives off.
Bye, Dad.
All right.
As it disappears out of sight, you see the first empty beer can fly out the window, bounce along the highway.
Well, that was more than mildly disappointing.
What are the odds you think that he survives the day?
I think pretty good.
Why? What evidence suggests that?
You think I didn't have a plan?
Well, I thought your plan was...
He'll make it safely, trust me.
Okay.
Would you care to share this plan, Fox?
You know I only do that at the end of the episode.
I forgot about that.
It has never ceased to annoy
Let
you.
us launch the attack then.
The
All right,
first order
everybody.
is disabling communications.
I have the disabler ready to go.
Right, we have to use your special communication jammer, but we have to do that from inside, right?
Correct.
Or in Colby, at least.
In Colby.
Right.
So, step 1, go to Colby.
Fly.
Yes, but low.
Okay.
Flying low to avoid detection by patrolling aliens. Any other precautions you will make to avoid detection that I should be made aware of?
Like staying below the tree line as much as possible and sticking to forested areas.
Okay.
Just,
Gonna skirt the town, stay low. Anything
luckily
else?
we don't fly loud,
Be stealthy.
so we're gonna stay below the sound.
Yeah. Well, I
Speed of
believe
sound.
that only one of you is capable of breaking the speed of sound currently, and in your avatars, your pilots are some of them are capable of doing vastly beyond that. But as far as the avatars go, only one of you is capable of faster than 100 miles per hour.
It's me.
Irony. I see.
So just keeping low, avoiding as much of the population center as possible, and sticking to the tree line.
Yep. And if we're spotted, make sure there's no witnesses and survivors and all that. Little things.
Survivors.
We are fighting a guerrilla war, guys. It's just that's the way it's got to be.
There are a couple of close calls moving through the outskirts of Clyde, getting closer and closer to the Colby section. But you are not discovered by any of these patrols of aliens. They seem to be a little high in concentration of numbers, but not necessarily as alert in this area. Like, they count on the fact that they are so deeply entrenched into alien territory here that no one would dare do anything here. You would simply be overwhelmed by the vast numbers of forces here. And in this case, it has worked very much in your favor. Before you, you see what you believe to be the communications center from your previous excursions into this territory.
Are there humans in the area?
There are no humans that you know of in this area, and Hal has no readings for any humans in this area. Occasionally they pass through in large truckloads, but when they reach the center of the base in Colby, these signatures are lost, and who knows where they go after that.
Okay.
Whoa.
Hal's sense of finding, locating, and scanning is slightly restricted here in this metaverse.
They use shielding and,
And
pretty standard stuff.
You're also an entire metaverse away from Hal, which kind of delays the connection, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long, long way back home to the Titan Force.
Indeed. So, this communications center.
Indeed. It looks like a communication center would expect to look, with the large radar dishes arrayed up top and the little towers with the antennas. It's not fenced or walled because this entire area is considered restricted and they don't bother with such things. And there does not even seem to be any outward guard presence here beyond the patrols that you have slipped past getting here.
All right. Well then, let's attach this thing to whatever we need to attach it to.
Hold on, I have to reconfigure the forward sensor array.
As an expert in rabbit ears, I do believe I can determine which of these broadcasting devices is most important. It's that one. Unless it's that one. No, it's that one.
No, we have a professor specifically for that.
Nope, it's that
Hashtag
one.
meltdown, because let's be honest, we all kind of want to see it.
It might be that
Thank
one.
you, Chad.
Oh no, thank you.
Uh-oh.
Both of those have potential.
Excellent.
No, I'm quite certain it was the second one. Unless it was that one.
According
It's
to
that one.
According to your watch, in less than 1 minute, or in your case, Hal, the resistance forces are scheduled to strike their targets across the globe.
We have to wait till just after the attack starts to hit the jammer.
That was the initial plan.
We're sticking with it for now. I'm sure it was brilliant, whatever I thought of.
And the clock ticks by, seconds and seconds.
Do we have a way to hook it up to whatever we're trying to hook it up to?
You believe so, though also Professor North is capable of adapting things on the fly. She has designed this particular device that it will be very adaptable, as she does not know the conditions that she would be having to apply it in.
I made it versatile.
But it is based loosely off of the numerous forms of alien technology that she has studied in the past year.
All right. Well, let's hook that bad boy up.
You're going to have to climb to the top of the facility, or in your case, fly.
And
to
we've
the top
only
of
got
the
about a
facility.
minute, so,
Flying and landing on the top.
Chop,
I want
chop.
you to make a science roll for me, or a science-based roll for the application of it.
I beat it by 8.
Beat it by 8. You have it up and running in a mere set of seconds. It is exactly the way that you thought it was going to be laid out. You prepared for all these variations, but absolutely none of it was needed. However, the instant that you hooked the device up, a very loud, blaring klaxon begins sounding at this base. And 4 power armor-suited aliens immediately depart from the side of the base,
Oh,
engaging
damn
in combat with you. Let's roll some initiative, guys.
okay. Combat's way less fun now that we're not cartoons.
Yes, bleeding happens.
Eight, 18.
18 for North.
And 18 plus 6, so 24.
24 for Foxman.
Also a 24 Foxman.
19.
I meant 25 then. Damn it. No, it's still 24.
Oh, I added my aquamarine initiative. Should I have done that?
Well, you could do either or.
I don't have a bonus
First,
for
dodge.
Sojourn?
Sojourn has a
0 for Sojourn.
Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, so use Aquamarine's bonus since you can use either.
All right. So 19 is what you have using Aquamarine's bonus. All right. 24s will be first. You two determine which of you will be going first. There are 4 of these power armor suited aliens. You have encountered them before. They are highly dangerous.
Yeah. You go right, I'll go left.
Yes.
No, I'm going left.
Yes, I shall go. Yeah, no, yes, I shall go left. You go right.
Understood. I'm going to start laying down covering fire because this is how I know how to fight. So I'm like with my laser blaster. Well, my Vulpinator.
Excellent. Will you give me a relevant roll for providing distraction?
It is. I'm going to use my shooting skill. If that's okay.
That is more than adequate.
It's hot.
Sorry. Very, very hot.
Some hot tea. Oh,
Yeah, it really was hot.
And my slider has fallen and died.
Sorry, it's because that tea was too
The tea was too hot, so my slider died.
hot. Uh-huh.
I got an 8, which means I beat it by exactly half. So it's
That's a critical success.
indeed.
Nice.
The covering fire is extremely adequate, keeping their heads down. This will give any roll that you will be making while under the effect of the covering fire a +4 bonus because it is a critical success.
How far away are the power armored aliens?
They have begun flying out of the facility. They are within about 70 meters of you.
Oh, their alien power suits. They, I'm assuming, use some form of technology or computer.
Oh, absolutely. It's some of the most high-tech and advanced computer systems that you have ever come across.
In that case, I would actually like to tap into my abilities to scan all the different computers in the vicinity and such, hack into one of them, and turn it on its brethren.
Excellent. Will you give me a
Or
skill
sisters.
roll,
And that's how
please?
Thomas rolls.
You give me a skill roll,
Scary
please.
mother.
I rolled an 8, and computer scanning does not actually have any skill listed, but
Because
for my
it would be
skill,
from
it would
any-
be by 8.
Beat by 8, which is, again, a critical success. So in this case, not only do you completely turn around one of them, but you disable
Oh,
another.
so it gave me a +4, so it's
Uh-huh.
+12. Yeah, I beat it by
You
12.
disable another in the process, causing it to just plummet, powerless and flightless from the sky.
I believe I'm supposed to say, a rabbit cadaverate, get a load of this, Foxman. Did I do that correct?
That's really good, Dan. That's really good.
Now, if you will do me a favor and make a shooting roll for the one that you have just taken over as it opens fire on its brethren.
Sure.
Oh, that is a
four.
critical success as well, and it uses its blasters on board to severely damage one of the only 2 remaining hostile powered armor aliens.
And then I'll take the magic wand and just start rolling it back and forth and flipping it around, you know,
All super
gunslinger
badass.
style. Yeah.
Excellently done. And that goes
Yeah,
to
when I did have the drumstick, that would be,
23, which is me.
Ruh-roh.
My 2 remaining are going to open fire. The 3rd is going to try and regain control of his suit. Attempting to regain control of his suit is a failure.
What do they shoot with?
They have onboard blaster systems built into their suits. It would be
So
a
part of-
knockoff of a character that is in movies that we have seen a lot of lately.
Like,
In fact, no, he's a knockoff of Armor Guy. That's it. They're all knockoffs of Armor Guy.
I like that.
I like that too. So
Because
they have-
Armor Guy is in no way a knockoff of any character
No.
ever created.
No, not even a little bit.
No. I don't believe I've ever heard of a superhero named Armor Guy before.
But they are knockoff Armor Guy suits. The 2 remaining that are shooting, one of them misses horribly, opening fire at the polar bear on the roof. The other has a success by 2, opening fire on the rabbit. If your dodge bonus is better than 2, that's not going to hit.
It is a 6.
So that blaster will not hit.
A pirouette.
The 4th is unpowered and helpless, laying on the ground. That puts us next to the 19, which is Sojourn.
How much
Okay.
damage do those blasters do? Do we know?
50.
Good to know.
So
Enough to pretty much
threat
kill
right
any human
now
outright.
the threat right now. Can you
There are
describe it?
2 still flying of these powered armor alien suits that are definitely hostile and shooting things at your friends.
Great. So, so this is the kind of attack that I don't have to be close to redirect because it's.
Not necessarily, but they need to be attacking you for you to
Oh.
redirect an attack.
And they're not.
They hadn't shot at you yet.
Oh.
But that doesn't mean you can't do something. It just means
Sure.
it means your standard method of combat is not currently going to apply. You're going to have to get creative.
Well, I would like to then use my throwing stars to point to them at the exact weak spots on their flying ships, because I know that, because I'm noticing things with my notice skill. Or at least that's what Sojourn, that's what I want.
All right, give me a
Thank you for the
notice.
sub.
Thank you for the sub, guys.
Yeah.
The sub?
Yeah, we have a substitute teacher.
We're watching a movie.
Give me the notice first.
Okay. Oh, I beat the notice by
Galaxy Tales.
a lot. I rolled
the
a
movie.
3.
That is
By
excellent.
13. Beat it
You-
by 13?
You believe you have pinpointed the vulnerable points. And then go ahead and give me 3 different Taekwon slow rolls for your throwing of your throwing stars. There are no multi-action penalties yet because you have not exceeded 5 actions.
Well, I beat that one by 7.
7, excellent.
And that one I missed that one, sadly. And this one I beat by 5.
So 2 of those are direct hits, targeting the weak spot on one of these suits of flying powered armor. And while it does not disable the suit, the weak spot you targeted was the propulsion system for its flight.
Thank goodness.
So it has a very unmajestic landing.
That was just my one attack, right? Or can I do that?
That's so far 4 actions that have been used without, you still have a 5th with no penalty. Beyond that, you will achieve multi-action penalties as normal.
Okay, well I'm gonna go for the other one this time. Because the
Doing-
other, I thought
Doing which?
I want to throw my stars again at the
Okay.
other. At the
Give me
other
1 more Taekwon slow roll
Yes.
for the last remaining one.
I beat that one by 6.
By
7.
6, by 7. You damaged that suit, and because he was the one that was already blasted by his friend, he does in fact also plummet to the ground. Both of those that have fallen are still functional, but they are no longer flight capable.
It was really, I imagine, like really beautiful and slow sloth arm thing that you all witnessed just then.
It almost looks like she doesn't move
Mm-hmm.
most of the time. She really is either too slow for the eye or too fast for the eye, depending upon what she's doing.
She smiles a little at that.
All right, we are now to an 18 at Professor North remaining.
I would like to take my new Titan Force skill to pick up a battle armored, laid out person and then use him like a bat and bash him into the remaining power armored suit people.
So you're gonna hit a guy with another guy.
Hopefully many guys with the other guy.
I like this. Hitting a guy with another guy, one of my favorite.
It is a
tactics.
class.
It is a class.
I use it a lot,
Yeah.
so.
It's a good move.
You know you're mad when you hit a guy with
You,
another guy.
I'm looking forward to using that in Big Zombie
She's
Robots.
apparently wearing her What Would Crash Jackson Do bracelet.
Holy.
I got a 3.
Oh,
Damn.
you seized this on, and it was the guy that had the really ungraceful landing, and he's just getting ready to prop himself up in that push-up position when that clawed hand grabs hold of his ankle and just swings him, and the force behind it is so fast that you can like see that the dislocation of joints and bones and part of the body as it like stretches too far from being
Ow.
swung too fast. And like a reed being swung, but it's not meant to bend that way.
No.
And then as it snaps
Oh,
around and impacts with the second one, the sound is like thunder. You know that Professor North is strong, much stronger than any of you, but that the impact is immense. The shockwave knocks all 3 of you down on the ground. The windows on the front of this building completely shatter from the impact.
Is that kinetic force?
Yes.
I won't fall.
Well, and your super strength now, it's like, what, 100 tons? Is that right?
It's a 100-ton mass.
She's Hulk strong now.
Whoa.
Nice.
The bits of armor from the impact on this alien, you're pretty sure some of the pieces are 3 and 4 or 5 miles away after
Yeah.
that impact.
I'll stop any shrapnel that decides to come our way.
and you're kind of holding like a leg,
Hopefully.
ankle thing after the swing.
Oh, yeah,
and
no
there's
problem.
kind of like what looks like a crushed tin can where you had just impacted, and that's about all that remains of them.
Nice.
Whoa.
That was absolutely atrocious and fast.
Well, it's a good thing you're a
Look,
thinker.
the third one is that you have taken control of the suit. That alien is still very active and alive and trying to get control of the suit at the moment, but it is not working for him.
We back up to the top.
We will be back up to the top at this point at a 24. for the
Foxman, you
both
want
of
to go or
you.
should I go?
Well, you know, I'm going to take a shot. I laid down covering fire for y'all last time. This time I get to play. This guy is who is left.
Yes, and his suit is currently under the control of Thomas, but the alien inside, not so much.
All he's doing right now is hitting himself.
Nice. So,
Why are you hitting yourself? Why do you keep hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself?
I'm
He's
gonna
really enjoying this.
I'm gonna mojo that guy with my crash powers. So anytime he wants to move, he can't for a second, and then double speed whatever he was trying to do in whatever direction he was trying to do. So if he's trying to push himself up off the ground, for example, he's gonna go flying through the air until he hits the dome.
You are a horrible person. Give me a power use for
I
it.
already did, and it was a 7.
It is kind of like watching an animated film. Every movement he does is really, really slow, and then it just snaps with way more force than he could possibly manage, even with this powered armor suit. Getting up becomes launching up into the air and landing on his back, attempting to take a step forward, stops, and then into the side of the building. And within a few minutes of just trying to do basic, simple movement, there is almost nothing left of this poor alien's powered armor, and the joints have started to seize up.
Frankly, this neighborhood isn't looking so good.
And yeah, the entirety of the building is pretty ragged. You're surprised that you haven't gotten a response, but on the same token, you also know that your device must be working, as 0 reinforcements have arrived, even with that blaring klaxon going off.
All right. So the attack has just started. Our communication scrambler is working.
Phase 1 is complete.
Phase 1 is complete.
Can we turn off?
Good job with that plan,
siren?
Presto.
I thought so. I appreciate you noticing it, Foxman.
Can we turn off the siren?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
It blows up the entirety of the lovely little device, blasting out the sounds.
It was
You're
hurting
sure it's
my-
still probably broadcasting somewhere. It just doesn't have a speaker anymore.
It was hurting my ears.
Mm-hmm. Still have my force shield too. I forgot about that.
You in
thing.
fact do
I
still
love
have
that
your
thing.
force field.
All right.
Now the quiet approach is no longer necessary at this point.
Oh, is it?
According to your plan, it is no longer necessary. Doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have to do it. But with communications down, it is unlikely that they will be able to call for help.
At least for a few minutes, and hopefully that's all we need.
Oddly enjoyed that, Foxman.
I knew you would. All right, guys.
You also have a degree in therapy, correct?
Yes.
We may need to talk later.
I think you're just becoming friends.
We definitely need to talk later.
Friendship is not a disease.
We may have to find a new therapist.
We had a mini session just now about that.
That was beautiful.
Now that we're when we get closer to the building, I want to scan it again.
Yeah, the entire compound is walled off as you
Oh, I do
approach
too.
it.
I've got X-ray vision and scanning.
Yes, you do have extra.
Yar.
With my monocle.
They seem to be on a state of high alert. They're not responding well to this whole lack of outside communication. You can...
Brick Wolf, Nature Observer here with a hashtag news flash. Look at that polar bear deer attack those metal-clad attackers. Let this be a lesson, kids. Never anger a mama bear.
Don't do it.
Now back to you in the studio, James.
Oh, newsflash! Newsflash! Tragedy in Nevada today. A tanker truck transporting dangerous chemicals overturned, spilling its toxic cargo and shutting down U.S. Route 93 at 3 Creek Road. This, coupled with the closure of Elko County Road 748, has completely cut off the remote town of Jarbridge, Nevada. At this time, no residents of the isolated mining community have been reached for comment.
Interesting happenings in Metaverse Prime.
Hey, we got a commercial.
I'm sure that won't come back to haunt anyone later.
Yes, again, your scan, you can see the inside of the facility for the most part. Shielding prevents being able to see any farther below the surface than you're currently looking at. There are quite a bit of these powered armor aliens patrolling gun emplacements, security systems. Everything is up, and they're definitely on a state of high alert, but no one has raised an alarm. There clearly is no hostilities actually happening. But being cut off from the rest of their forces has certainly freaked them out.
Mm-hmm. So, I am going to, since we are attempting to... Two things that I'm looking for. I want to scan, and I'm not scanning for hostiles.
Okay.
I'm scanning for creatures that are neither human nor alien.
Like dogs.
For example.
You, in fact, do locate a single life form that is neither human nor alien.
But
Is it
it's
a-
The
not...
signal is weak, it's deep within the facility.
And it's not Dogberry, because we know he's not in there.
It is not Dogberry.
Is it a
He's a
fish?
sojourner.
It's a strange signal. It's
One of us is here.
What do you
It's
mean?
really
one
odd.
of us?
One of
I mean,
them.
somebody from our world is here. I think Dogberry, maybe.
I thought Dogberry was in there.
I thought so too, but somebody from Mamelon is in there.
Are you sure it's Mamelon and not the reptilian?
I don't know. But their signatures are a lot like ours.
We should investigate.
We won't be able to tell if it's warm or cold-blooded until we get much closer. Is Priscilla done eating through those alarm wires yet? I didn't tell you about that. I am so sorry.
I thought Priscilla was in there too.
No, that's just a basketball that I painted to look like Priscilla rolled up into a ball. I sent Priscilla out hours ago to go take care of the alarm system.
I thought Priscilla was on the planet that was on the necklace. I'm so confused.
It often happens with Kit Fox.
Priscilla too.
Two Priscillas?
Yeah.
I have two paws. Perfect. Thank you.
This one's not a real Priscilla because we couldn't find a giant potato bug on this planet, so we made you a little robotic one. Or Professor North did.
It was supposed to be a surprise.
Surprise!
Happy birthday.
I feel surprised.
Thank you. Just gonna write it down. Okay. That's
You are welcome.
Excellent.
It was Kit's idea.
so technically you're thanking me too.
Excellent.
You believe that the alarm systems should be disabled at this time if everything is going according to plan, which when does it not?
And we should be clear. Okay, guys, hit them hard and fast however you want. Here we go. We got to get to the middle
Of the spaceship.
of the complex.
So before you start your assault on the complex, let's melt down, shall we?
Oh, good.
It's perfect. Yes.
Different Route 93, Voodoo. We're melting down.
We're going to melt down because there's one in the store, and I feel like it's a great time to do
Oh,
it.
here we go.
You know, it's a perfect time to do it. So let's just go ahead and go that way with those two.
Huh? We're swapping? Mm-hmm. Oh, good. I don't know the plan.
I'm not
No,
convinced
you do
Foxman
not.
does either.
Thank you, chat. I love meltdowns.
What is this hatter got?
And then let's make sure you pass your relative sheet so
You
they
didn't
can
like
use
those
the
last time, as I
character.
recall. It's just you can look over the top of them, it won't hurt.
Now this is happening just as you begin your assault.
I'm getting black makeup all.
It's okay, I was gonna rub it off. I had plans.
What were you doing to attack the facility, Presto?
Oh, theatrics, of course. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Just with a new burst of speed, Presto does a little bunny flip, and does a little performance with the magic wand as a little distraction, which is a great idea. And yeah. Hurry up, fools! Do your thing while I'm distracting everybody for you.
Will you give me a magic street and stage check? As you begin attempting to entertain
Yes,
and
I will.
distract the aliens for the assault.
This is a very good plan. Oh dang! Okay, well I didn't make it. Didn't make it at all.
Ooh, but you do have Patreon buff still.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You have that
let's
bit of 2,
yeah, if I
which
use
is
my Patreon
just
buff.
enough to succeed.
Haha! I knew it.
And you begin putting on quite the lovely show.
Ha!
The card tricks with the juggling and the pyrotechnics and flashy entrance, and it is quite the show to see. Foxman,
Okay. That's how do you do it?
It sounded just like me.
Okay.
There's nothing you can do that could top that, Foxman.
Sorry,
I'd like to see you try.
my voice isn't cooperating, so it's just gonna be whatever this is.
Yeah, I
Because
think
my
you've
voice-
always sounded
it's-
like
that's
that.
perfect.
It's like my Bork voice, but with a cold.
No one can ever hear you.
Okay, so I'm just gonna lay down some cover fire as part of the plan was for Presto to do that, and then I'm just gonna shoot things with the Voltron Defender. I don't know what the hell it's called.
You don't know how to speak. I knew it.
make me some shooting tests with that bolt leader. How many targets do you want to shoot? Make sure to take multi-action penalty if you want to take multi-actions.
Okay. I'm just gonna Can I just do like a spray fire and not have like a particular target? I'm just gonna.
If you just want to spray fire to give other people bonuses to their actions by
Yeah.
doing covering fire,
If
absolutely.
you want to shoot your gun in the air and go derp, I'm an idiot. You can do that
I'm
too.
not doing that. I want to just
Not this time, Foxman.
That was the other show.
I know.
and it's a good leader. A good leader would do that. My voice changed to something from Muppets. I don't know what's happening.
For the
Oh
record.
my god! Big fail.
Classic
Ah.
Foxman.
Inhabiting the body of this fox is a big change from inhabiting the body of Professor North, and the whole shooting,
The
it's
tail
just
is
weird,
all-
and you're all over the place. I mean, it is just absolute, completely random shooting.
Am I look when I shoot?
Professor,
Okay.
My head is so huge.
So, I back up a
That's
few,
why Tavin got stuck.
you know,
I should be captain.
a
Look at
good
that
amount of
shooting.
movement, really back up, you know. Then I do some quick calculations on my, calculometer? I don't know. And,
Why does your calculometer need spit?
because I'm a stupid bear.
this is almost as fun as last week's one. It's so good. It's the most hostile
Wow.
meltdown I ever saw on Metaverse.
And I throw my anti-grav grappling hook from my grapnel gun and attach that hook to the air, because that's how that works. And I hook up to my jacket, and I run really fast, right? As fast as I can for a bear, you know, just to get that rope at its most taut, and then go into cannonball mode and get swung into that building like a wrecking ball using my immense bear-like strength and a little bit of leverage. I've calculated this perfectly, by the way. The math, it checks out, bro.
You would also, because you like celebrities, be singing "I Came in Like a Wrecking Ball" while doing.
You know I did, and I hold up a little picture of Miley
Yeah.
at the same time. That's how I'm doing it.
I want an engineering roll first for the math.
Yeah, that
and
makes
science.
sense. I made the engineering roll, no problem. And science, you say?
Yes.
I have all of the science. And I made that as well.
And then I need a physical roll based for the smashing into the side of the building.
What is that, fighting?
You could use fighting, or if you have an athletics-based skill, that could also apply.
This bear does not, but this, this kid Crash Jackson seems to have a little bit of that kind of stuff.
Yes, he does.
So I'll use his
I'll use his and hope for the best. Oh my goodness, no, I will have missed it, but I'm going to use my buff. Which will lower it by 8, and I'll make it by 5.
Made it by 5. It is perfect. Your math is perfect. The lineup is perfect. And you managed to knock a tremendous hole on the side of this facility, right about where you predicted a staircase leading down into the lower levels might be. And in fact, it is, while not compromising the structural integrity of the building. Taking an entire wall, and yet it still stands perfectly. That was some good math.
Excellent part of
Now,
the
I
plan.
went to you last because you actually are able to accomplish a world of activities in the time that it takes them to do even one of these things. So while all this was going on, it appeared as though you have not even remotely moved. But in fact, what you did do was...
Am I to understand that most of our opponents are inside and down below?
Where you're headed.
Then what I'd like to do, in a fit of super speed, is the following things. I'll enter the hole that my compatriot has just opened, finding myself immediately downstairs, in the center of the room with our opponents.
There are quite a few.
Tapping into my Thomas buff and my ability to use other people's skills, I'd like to communicate with all of these foul creatures. However, I'll do it in a stealthy way that they won't even see I'm there. They'll just hear my voice. The ability that I'd like to borrow is the speech of these creatures. I'm going to say one simple word to them very clearly to indicate to them the danger that they're experiencing right now. And that word is fire, indicating that they need to evacuate the building immediately.
Or pull the trigger on their weapon.
They understand the difference. I'll also hit their fire alarm, just in case. And then immediately exit the facility once more, back to my prior location.
And that is 5. So give me a stealth check, and then I need a speech-based check.
My stealth I make by 11.
Oh. They most certainly did not know you were there.
My speech I rolled like shit, but I used my buff, and now I made it by 6.
It is the moving speech, and they, with 6, they don't get confused. They don't think that you meant shoot. The fire alarm kicks on, and they begin moving towards the evacuation, the exits. That will, however, put them on the outside with the rest of you. So as they begin pouring out onto the surface, which you are now back on, and no one saw any of that
I'd
movement,
like to use
Sojourn did
another
not move.
profound single word of wisdom. Incoming.
Excellently done, and profound wisdom is one of the great uses of Sojourn's sloth powers there. As they pour to the surface, we're going to make an initiative roll, but because of profound wisdom, everyone gets a +2 bonus to their initiative.
Woohoo!
Sweet.
After you roll initiative, you can swap characters back.
Wait, that's awful. Okay.
After
I
you
get to
roll
use my
initiative.
complaining skills.
Oh my goodness. So my horrible initiative is now his horrible initiative?
No, it's still your
horrible
Okay.
I have an 11.
I didn't want to curse you
Hashtag
with...
cool rule if only to see what Priscilla is capable of.
Oh.
Thank you, chat.
I rolled a 19.
Pardon, 11? Or did you?
28.
28, okay.
I got 28.
Damn.
I didn't want to have to give you what I got
Reluctantly,
in
I give
exchange
this
for
back
that.
to you. It looks pretty
What
cool.
was yours?
Can I have my
19.
19 for Sojourn.
Fox?
And then what,
Oh,
Oh,
right.
the paper.
Right.
Presto, what did you have?
11.
You had the 11, okay. North, what was yours?
Thank you, Paximo.
9.
That's amazing.
9,
Thanks,
even
Max.
including the
Oh yeah.
the wisdom.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
I rolled a 2 and a 3.
Well, don't feel too bad because I have an 8.
Wow.
Yes. So they are pouring to the surface. Most of them are actually coming out of this hole that was made in the side, because the evacuation route would have had them go up another full floor from there.
Right.
So it's way more convenient for them all to just spill out the side of the building. It also puts them directly into your line of fire, Kit Fox.
Oh boy.
There it is.
It's almost like you planned this.
I know. How could this? There's literally a barrel with fish in it. What do I do? And what I do is I pop a force field grenade and bubble as many of them into in a little bubble as possible.
Are you going to go for the standard troops or the powered armor troops?
The standard troops right now.
Standard troops?
Yeah, the guys
Excellent.
coming out the hole. I'm basically just gonna like fit as many of them into that force field as I can, and then squish them. Retract the force field to tiny
That's
size.
horrifying. So, make me a relevant skill roll for the. That's
It's
atrocious.
just my force field weapons. It's how we roll, man. These ones. Okay.
It's disturbing, disgusting, and I like it.
Yeah, it's gross. But it would have been cheeky and cute to do in the cartoon. I haven't
Yes.
tried it here.
Yes.
I don't know how horrible it's going to be.
Oh, we're gonna get to that. I promise.
What was that? A 3 and a 2. So that's plenty for.
Oh, that is a critical success. You speed it by how much, just for the record?
11.
11. All right. You are able to grab 15 of these guys in this bubble before you begin constricting it around them.
Like a really big hug.
That's a gentle way. At first, they just get pushed together and like look really uncomfortable for a second, and then the little bits of like their armor and clothing and stuff start to give way, and then push into each other, and then they're pushed against each other. And this, the bones get pushed closer and closer together. The flesh and the softer parts give way, but the harder parts do not, and squish more and more together. And they just start bursting, little like fountains.
Oh God!
But there's nowhere for any of these bodily fluids or things to go, so it's just kind of splattering inside of this force field. And the color combinations are really, really beautiful. I mean, there's dozens and dozens of color combinations, and then little bits of identifiable and unidentifiable alien.
That was horrible, Foxman.
No, it wasn't. And I call back the little.
Yep.
Whatchamacallit. What's horrible is the fact that I'm going to use this as a grenade next time.
So, turn.
Okay, so they're
15 of them grabbed it. There are still dozens more piling out that entrance, and there was the whole compound inside, and now they all think it's on fire and are evacuating.
they're made of they got metal, right?
Oh yeah, all kinds of them have metal. They have a variety of other components.
Like what? What else do they got going
Cloth, strange foreign materials of different fabrics from space and other
Space
stuff.
fabrics.
Space fabrics.
You know, that kind of stuff.
Oh God. Okay.
You're good with fabrics, right?
And metal.
Sometime. Yes, but I don't have a metal anything.
You have a metal power, don't
I
you?
do. No.
If we get to boosted, you can use anything
If I
you
get to
want.
boost it. Okay. All right. All right. So, standing in one place, I assume. I want to use my textile kinesis here.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so as they're filing out, I focus on one
Okay.
that has fabric on it.
All right.
And just kind of expand that fabric out from its body to sort of create like actually three aliens to create like a little barrier here.
Like a net of that stretchy
A
stuff? Like,
net.
yeah, like a lycra.
Awesome.
A create a little net there. Whilst that is occurring, I can climb anything.
You're also flight capable.
Oh, right, I can fly.
You can fly. And unlike the others that are limited to 100 miles per hour, you are capable of flight of up to 5,000 miles per hour.
That's really fast.
Whoa.
She's very, very fast.
Alright. Okay, so,
And not so slow.
fast and slow. Okay, so I start there with that. And then I'd like to, how many more things can I do right now?
Well, that will count as 3, so you will have 2 more actions before you reach a multi-action penalty beyond what you have planned.
Okay,
So you still can do 2 more actions without making a multi-action penalty.
alright. So I'm gonna climb. Whichever's faster, climbing or flying.
Flying is slightly
To
faster.
like the side of the building, like where the hole.
For you, it's about the same, because you can move 5,000 miles per hour flying or on the ground.
Okay. I'd like to, I want to use my profound single word wisdom, but can I apply it to more than one alien? Like just, like kind of like.
Again, it's based upon what you do. So what is your profound single word of wisdom you're going to apply? I'd like to know.
I want to scare them.
And how are you going to do that? What is your profound single word wisdom?
Do they have, okay, oh gosh, my brain. I can understand them. Have I heard them call each other by names, like specific names? Or are they all just, and then I'm not
Not
intelligent?
exactly. They seem to not use something.
Translates to Ted.
Yeah, they don't seem to use the convention that we use as far as language
Can I
goes.
tell that, is that like a kind of convention? Like, can I tell how they address each other?
Sort of. It's weird, but yeah.
It's weird. I want to just like, I want to like whisper like a word of recognition that would freak them out. Like I don't know if they
You're
get
gonna have
freaked
to
out.
come up with something because it's on you to come up
Well,
with the
their word. I
profound
want to use
wisdom.
their word for like addressing them.
Like a hi.
Yeah. Yes. Like a hi.
Greetings.
Yes.
Something.
Like so. Yes. Whatever they use to address themselves. A hi is great. Thank you.
Well, give me the 3 textile kinesis rolls
You
for
have
the
a
stretch
lollipop stick
individuals.
stuck to your head.
I know it's weird. I want to use my
start
voice.
with those. Let's start with those.
To trip them up, to trip them out, so that they like fall into my trap. Okay. What am I rolling? I'm sorry.
You're going to do those textile kinesis rolls. That's a great one. Roll
Perfect.
2 more.
Ooh,
And 1 more.
10.
All 3 of your textile kinesis rolls are a success, with the 3rd being a critical success. As you stretch this cloth fabric out, it kind of takes the space, right? It takes the metal and the suits of armor with it. And so these suits expand, but they aren't designed to maintain the, I'll call it girth while spreading. So this kind of compresses the alien biological form inside of it. And as you stretch, they basically become flat, but there's a little bit of dimension left, and that alien that was inside of it kind of has to fit into that shape. And so there's little bits of fluid and such leaking out of the cracks in the armor and the like. And it's dripping, and it's kind of rather disturbing looking. And then give me a persuasion roll for your whispering into their ears to attack to
Psych
give them
them
fear
out.
or psych them
Yeah,
out.
I want them to be like, why? Who is addressing our own language?
Because 3 of them being stretched out completely into like weird gooey things, and 15 of them being collapsed into the size of a softball is not remotely frightening at all.
Nope, it's not. It's not. Okay, I beat it by 8, 9.
You believe
I beat it
that
by
you
9.
have terrified the hell out of these poor aliens. We go to Presto at 11.
Good, they'll be freaked out by the time they get to you.
Are these aliens in communication with each other at all?
Somewhat. Mostly it's short burst stuff. Most of their communications have been scrambled and are down. So only the most primitive shortwave stuff is working for them right now. All their long-range communications of any kind, totally disabled by Professor North's
But at
device.
least the group here is in some form of communication.
Well, very short-range
How
communication.
many of them are there?
You estimate that there are more than 100 still in the facility piling out of it.
That's a lot.
Yes. It is the central of the aliens' operations.
While I do
on
believe
Earth.
I could take them all by myself, that would seem unfair to the others. As such, I shall assist. What frequency are they communicating on?
They're using a rotating frequency in order to keep individuals from hacking into it.
Perfect. Then in that case, using Thomas's abilities, again related to technology, computers and such, I would like to access their frequency using whatever the nearest piece of equivalent technology would be.
One of them is very, very dead nearby.
Fascinating. I'd like to take it up, start examining it for a little bit, using my own, possessing all the mundane skills of the Prime Metaverse. I can make some checks there to try and do this. And then I would like to, having obtained some working knowledge now of the language of these aliens,
Correct.
I would like to begin to complain loudly into their system, as Presto, in their voice. Probably complaining. I think the biggest cliche to probably work on would be to come across as their mother, complaining about how they never call these days, and just their general sense of isolation and how they have failed in their respective attempts at having a working career. And isn't it time that they finally did have a family and settled down? And
Your damn grandkids.
I was going to say there is this need for grandchildren that's not been succeeded yet, or the alien equivalent thereof. And yes, that's what I would like to do.
All right, give me a roll for the studying of the technology in order to break into it.
Okay, I'm a meta point close to the avatar.
1 meta point used.
Actually, that's not true.
Moment of clarity.
First, I'm going to, so let's do that, and then also do a moment of clarity. So,
Using a moment of clarity.
technology, I will make my check by 2.
By 2, that is enough that you are able to crack it. These are remarkably high tech.
And
These
then,
aliens are a very, very high level of technology.
And then my complaining, I will critical.
It is a beautifully spirited complaint. Like the kind of mother's complaint that I really have no frame of reference for, so I can't tell you what that's
Whatever
like.
happened to Phyllis? I liked her. You were good with her.
Yeah, I only know movie versions. I would try and emulate something, but I have zero experience in this department. So I'll leave that one
Me
to your
too.
wonderful.
Love you, Mom.
It's true. My mom was just asking me for help with a VHS player a moment ago.
A VHS player.
Yeah, I love her.
So was that
I'm my own mom.
they wanted to clarify, did you use a meta point and moment of clarity?
One of each, because
One of each, just
otherwise
making
I
sure.
was going to be so weird on my numbers because
Gotcha.
there were
I
skills
thought
from
so
each
too.
side.
I just wanted to make sure so that when they're running the
Yeah,
story,
one of
they
each.
can
Sorry,
document.
Pax, I'll go with one of each.
You are most definitely complaining. They're going to be taking, because that's a critical who says, a penalty of 4 to any and all related checks they have to make while they attempt to placate their mother.
Or the alien equivalent. It could be their father, it could be their great aunt. I don't know what the alien familial structure looks like.
We'll make the assumption, and if we're wrong, we apologize.
To any aliens who were offended, you can please write to us at metaverse@zoelive.com.
All right, after Presto, I have
Yeah.
North at a 9.
Right. So because
All of these things are happening.
I understand the fluid energy of the universe,
What did I do?
and because I am still attached to the rope, and I'm still currently a polar bear wrecking ball,
Correct.
and I can fly,
Correct.
my plan is to become like a giant polar bear pendulum with claws outstretched while swinging, so I can maul. Like I'm picturing it.
Guy Stone, man on the ground here with a hashtag news
Oh my
flash.
goodness.
This battle has been a spectrum of weird and efficient with its lethal intent, and for the first time we've ever seen, nagging has been weaponized. Back to you in the studio, James.
Newsflash! The sleeping bandit has struck again. 4 Las Vegas casinos who have chosen to remain anonymous were robbed by the daring bandit over the weekend, leaving the entire gaming floor of more than 400 people sound asleep. Police have no leads at this time.
All right.
Interesting.
All right. So, thank you, Chip. I picture it like I'm just doing this at the entrance.
As they're coming out,
Yeah. Just doing this with my claws out. So like attacking and scratching and bashing and that.
make me a fighting roll. Thankfully, I know you're very, very terrible at that skill.
I am very terrible at that skill, but I have why couldn't I use an engineering skill for that? Because it's like a pendulum.
I'm gonna say fighting on this one.
Okay.
You laughing at me?
That was a good try.
I like that.
That was an excellent try.
Because it's like science.
You really haven't recovered from me not being the GM anymore, have you? I could have gotten away with that.
Oh yeah, we know you'll allow anything.
I'm the say no guy. Everybody knows I'm the say no guy.
I'm also the say no guy. It's okay.
Well, I had this idea when we were talking earlier that you inspired the thought of, I was imagining on Big Stumpy Robots having some sort of scenario in which elementals are basically used as like dodgeball.
Oh yeah, we've
And
had
so like
this,
you
yeah.
like flinging elementals at each other.
We have had a brief discussion on something similar.
So I have an epic fail.
How bad of an epic fail?
I rolled 16.
On
So-
2 8s.
On 2 8s?
No, they're 10s. but
Oh.
still.
Sixes,
Okay,
she was
so-
trying to cheat.
But so what I'd like, please, is to instead of being like this, to have smashed into the ground and therefore taken enough hit points that I can roll an anger management so that next turn I can be like in a rage.
I am okay with that. So you're going to inflict a damage upon yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Now, usually you are listed at
I have a 200.
200 is when you're. Is that your maximum 200 damage? No, that's your health.
200 is my health. My maximum damage.
I mean, under your special attacks, under Maul. What
Maul
is it
is
listed?
80.
Yeah. So you'd accidentally
maul myself.
maul yourself for 80
Great.
damage. Make sure to subtract any armor from
Right.
what was inflicted upon you. And then however much health is actually
I'm
lost
also
will
going
affect
like
your anger
this.
management.
The
check.
whole show.
Okay. I don't think I lost anything. Because I have 50 from chat and I have 30.
Well, the 50 from chat is health. It's not armor. So that actually
Okay,
counts
okay.
as
Yeah.
lost
Okay,
health.
great.
It's free lost
It's
health.
the 30 that's the armor.
Yeah,
Yes.
you
So
lost
I
50
actually
points.
have 50 hit points. Okay.
So you took the 50
50
as
points of damage.
damage.
So 11 is the score I need for anger management. 'cause
Correct.
It's -1. Okay. Do I need to do that now or just
Yes, you need
next
to
turn?
immediately make the anger management roll when damaged.
Okay. Do what I want you to do.
And this occurs anytime you are damaged.
Wait. 5. I'm right on it.
That's a win then.
You made it.
That
Yeah.
is success is not much to lose your temper
I want.
yet.
Oh, can I use a +5 as a -5 and lose
You
my
want to
damn
penalize
temperature?
yourself for 5 and fail the check.
Well, I mean, the way it is written, it does say it is a 5-point bonus to a roll. So that is up to you as a GM how to interpret
Well, what
that.
I
But
typically
it's
allow.
a backup action to an already failed action.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know?
However, there's
I
something
see
that
what
if
you're
you, if
so
I know you
swinging
were,
that at her favor
But it's,
wouldn't be
you
fair.
know,
I'm not attempting to swing that in your favor, but something I would point out is that an intentional failure, you just simply don't try to fight back the anger. It is not.
Yeah, I want to be
An
angry.
intentional failure would mean that you just don't roll the anger
Okay.
management. However, you are under the effects of
Yeah.
what happens. This will mean you are now a being capable of lifting 100 tons that will attack every living creature that you can see and eat them if you give them the chance, including a fox, a sloth, and a rabbit.
Really?
Yep.
Become hostile to all potential food sources until
Correct.
fed.
Yes, and everything on the planet is a potential food source to a polar bear that can lift 100 tons.
So you're now much more dangerous than the aliens. Congratulations. On purpose.
Hulk smash!
On purpose.
You're good. We'll be fine.
Of course we'll be fine.
You're well aware of me. You know my quirks.
And that
Stay out
puts
of
it
my
to
way.
8 at myself. They are going to be suffering penalties of 4 to their actions because
Yes.
they are being distracted by
They're being
the
complained
equivalent
at.
of their mother-in-law. This is going to make a lot of their activities different. Now, of them, a huge majority are in fact completely terrified. They heard the word dehydrate in their language, and a lot of them think that they are dehydrating inside of their armored suits from this fire. They're just absolutely terror-stricken. So less than a dozen are actually coherent enough to open fire and have any semblance of an organized defense. And even that is, of course, scattered because they're continuously having to address their mother-in-law in between shots.
Excellent.
I just didn't like Phyllis, Mom! Things don't always work out!
That's what they're saying. Oh, they're struggling.
Poor Phyllis.
And some of them are scared too.
Much of them are scared and doing nothing but fleeing from the burning building and this location. Dozens of them are, in fact, just running for the moment.
Some of them are scared, some of them are being nagged, some of them are,
They don't seem to like the heat because they're all aquatic.
right? They got scared of the word
Some of them are being
dehydrate.
compressed by your grenade thing.
Well, not anymore.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, those are all
Now they're
very,
right
very
here.
dead. Now, because of the penalty of 4, the only one I have even closest, I have 1 success exactly on for Professor North. So if you have a dodge of
Already
0, that hits, but if you have any dodge at all, that misses.
Jenica has a dodge of 2.
Are you?
I'm-
Yeah, you can do either.
You can do either.
You
right
do
now.
either.
So do you want to take the damage and make your? Oh wait, you're already raging.
He's
Never
already
mind.
raging.
Doesn't matter. So you dodge it.
All right, you are not in fact hit, and that puts us back at the top with Kit Foxman at a 28. Professor North has lost her temper again.
Excellent.
This has never happened since you've come out of the show.
Oh, she's
Yeah, this
there.
is super dangerous.
Yes.
And I would prefer that it wasn't dangerous for me. So, here is my plan. I knew this would eventually happen, and I've got contingencies in place for when it does. One such contingency is this. One of Hal's many abilities is to create holographic projections.
This is correct.
I am going to use a holographic projection of a giant salmon. Now, this holographic projection will be swimming towards the center of the building through that big hole. And it looks very tasty.
Out of my way.
nice.
Yes.
You make a power use roll for me.
Yep. Good job, Hal.
Professor North, will you make a notice roll? Failing
Groovy.
to notice skill, make a mind roll.
Okay, and I have to. It's like halved because.
Yes,
I'm
your skill is
enraged.
halved because you are currently enraged.
Okay, so a 6, and I got a 15.
So that is a gross failure. You do not have any idea that this giant salmon is fake at all. It is the most real looking,
It's
tasty, beautiful piece of moving flesh you have
And
ever
knowing
seen
how
in your
cheap
entire
Professor
life.
North is, it also has a sign on it saying that it is free.
I thought you were going to say that it was chum.
No. She's not a shark.
No, I meant like chum salmon, or you know,
Oh, yeah.
you know, it's not like a nice Chinook or something. It's
Oh, no, it's beautiful. Big.
As long as it's not farm raised.
no.
And that is a very short
it's
Hal
specific.
action.
That
so-
is only a short hell action. I'm essentially going to count that as a free action.
I'm going to use. I need. Obviously, I got to give North somewhere to run. So let's see. How far away is the life sign?
About 80 meters down. It's
80
quite
meters.
a bit.
I can fire 80 meters. It's just that all that solid objects in the way. So I'm going to create. I am a tunneling creature, as it's well known. I don't like to get my claws dirty, but I don't have to anymore because I have something called ultravision.
This is true.
So I'm going to burn a tunnel all the way down to whatever that life form is that I want.
All right, give me a power use roll to control the precision of this.
I am
robot.
the very model of precision.
I am the
Mostly.
very model of nature.
Mostly.
I'm gonna say
So, is that power,
Power
usage?
use.
Hold on. This is on Crash's page.
Should be the last skill on his sheet.
Nobody. No, I did not make it.
You did not make it. All right, you do not have precise control, so let's see if you went over or under.
Okay.
You went over. In fact, you went in 46 meters further than you intended to.
Oops.
And you definitely hit something living as you can hear a very audible shrieking coming from deep within the hole. Very inhuman sounding, but something vaguely familiar about it.
Uh-oh.
Sojourn.
Okay, so Kit's down this hole.
Kid has used ultravision and just
Oh.
blasted
I
it
just
all-
made a hole.
all the way down.
Okay.
I just cyclops me a
this-
tunnel.
They're still coming out with as much
There's- yeah,
strength as they were before?
It's definitely less. And there's about a dozen of them trying to put up an organized resistance, but the majority of them are terrified or dead or fleeing.
Okay.
But they're trying to fight.
The organized doesn't.
Yeah, they're the ones that just they thought it was worth it to hold their facility, follow their orders. But a lot of them are really, really busy arguing with their mothers.
So the ones that are trying to get it together, I would like to use my Taekwondo to around them to knock their weapons out of
You
their
want
hands.
to disarm all 12 of them.
Disarm them, knock some of them down, but not on purpose, but on
Give me 5 Taekwon slow checks.
But really, I just want to disarm them. Okay, that one beat. I rolled an 8. Beat that one by 10.
That's a critical success.
Oh, I beat that one by 10 as well.
That's 2 critical
The
successes.
same twice. Oh,
11 there, so not
Yep.
quite critical, but still a success. And then you've still got 2 more. 2 more Taekwon slow rolls.
Oh, I beat that one by 1.
Barely a success, but still a success. All of them count.
11 again.
All right. 2, 3. Of the 12 that are fighting, you take the weapons from 7 of them, knocking them completely out of their hands. 3 of them you accidentally knock unconscious in the process.
I definitely.
We'll call it accidental.
Not trying to hurt anybody.
But none of them you inflict any
No, I am.
serious or lasting injury on. That does leave 5 of them still armed at the end of your 5 actions. You may
And that's
continue
my
to make
one?
actions,
Okay.
but that's going to be 5 of them. There will be multi-action penalties from here on out.
Okay.
Anything beyond this exceeds your capability to move slower than the eye.
So I can still do a couple other things. That's still my attack.
It's just penalties.
Then do I have been asked this whole time. Do I get like a second attack?
You
Off
could,
the
in
rest
fact,
of-
make another one with that.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing to the remaining.
You want to try and get more? I'll give
Get
you
'em all.
one more without a penalty.
Okay.
Anyone after that, you're going to have to apply that penalty to all of them.
All right. Roll to 3.
That is a critical success.
Hashtag Thomas Buff because you know if the professor can't have salmon, she's coming for the bunny next.
You make an excellent observation, chat.
Thank you, chat, man. I can't really dispute that either. So you're able to disarm 2 more,
Yeah,
of them,
thank you
leaving
for that.
only 3 armed aliens when we pass over to Presto.
I think I'd like to defer to the professor and see what she does.
All right, you
Chasing
are
the
holding
fish.
your action. We get to north. That fish is the greatest thing on earth to
I
you
am
right now.
assuming I'm flying with all claws advanced like
Cute.
this. And so if there were armored soldiers in the way of the fish, which I'm assuming
They won't be soon.
Well,
Right.
We
anything
roll
in your way,
against,
you're just gonna
Professor
slash
There
it.
are
Larson.
armored soldiers in the way. That's why the fish is going that
that's
way.
what I figured.
We roll against Professor North's body score, realizing that it is currently doubled because of the enrage.
Okay. I beat that then by 9.
Beat by 9 is a critical success. You tear through dozens of these poor aliens that are just trying to get out of this building that they think is on fire.
And I'm, like,
and get their
drooling.
mother-in-law off the phone.
This salmon looks amazing, drooling.
And you just can't quite catch it.
Just
You
out of
almost get your claws sunk into the tail. It just slips just out of reach as you get the bottom, and you pass by what barely registers in the back of your brain. You just saw Admiral Sliss, and then off you go.
Slice.
Foxman, why the hole?
Because it goes to the middle.
But why? What's down there?
Well, I was going to send you to find out.
Ah, excellent. I was about to go and find out.
Well, off you go.
You fly down the hole relatively quickly. You can see knocked over aliens from where North just barreled through. Some of them are missing pieces of them.
Oh, I
from
meant
where
the hole
claws were
that
sticking out.
oh
yeah,
the hole that was dug.
That's where the,
Oh, that's
the
the hole
fish
you're going
went.
down? Oh, I thought it was the hole that they were coming out of.
That is the same.
Oh,
One
I got
and the
confused.
same.
Too many
Same
holes.
hole.
Same
It is all the same.
It's all the
hole.
same hole.
That actually happened.
So we're gonna. That's
So
going
you kinda
straight
go
down
down
center.
right after. Yeah, she.
Yep,
She
I'm
basically
going.
cleared the entire path for
Absolutely.
you. So there's not a single
Gonna
person.
follow the
in
rabid
way.
bear. What can go wrong?
Yes. And getting down to what looks like the chamber that he originally intended to reach, I mean, the blasted hole
Yeah.
continues past that. You see none other than in the flesh, the reality himself, Admiral Sliss. In what looks like some kind of a cell or like holding unit, but now the wall has been like melted through.
Or that bear just helped those aliens pause the conversation with
Ah.
their moms.
Ah.
Aww.
Ginny Kickoff.
Thank you.
Infra. That isn't funny.
I think
don't
it's
like
great.
that.
This funny.
But yeah, none other than Admiral Sliss himself, in the flesh, in what looks like was some kind of holding cell until the ultravision blew a hole in the side of it, and he's got some bad burns on him, and it appears the ultravision probably hit him as well. But remarkably, not disintegrated or dead, as what would typically happen to an individual barring a Titan hit with Ultravision.
Admiral, it does appear the scales of justice are not in your favor.
So, what are you doing here?
I think the better question to ask is, what are you doing here?
I have no idea.
That's fair.
I'm not down there.
was
But I can totally
stabbed.
hear.
You were what?
Foxman killed me.
And why are you here?
Where is here?
What do you want with Foxman?
What's Foxman? I am a prisoner. Can't you see?
I'm going to use my Thomas buff to borrow your seduction skill.
Nice.
Love and cars 2 and 3.
I'm going to get it by 13.
Yes.
What's on your mind, Admiral?
I just want to help people.
Excellent. I knew you had a good egg inside you.
I don't know why. I never felt like helping people before.
It seems to me you've come to a fork in the road of your life. Is this?
Like his tongue.
Exactly.
I got you.
Perhaps it's time you came to the side of good.
I feel compelled to seek justice.
Almost like you've been charmed.
Ever since I woke up here, I was felt the need to save people.
All these weird ideas rattling around in your brain.
Strange. Even Foxman.
Hey, Presto, are you done down there?
Foxman?
Sliss?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
I don't know.
Didn't I kill you?
Are you in the hole too?
Yeah, I'll jump down the hole. It's. Oh.
Can I be in the hole too?
He's beginning to make an ass of himself.
Who's in there?
Foxman, I saw...
Admiral hissing Sliss, that's who.
Foxman, it is rare that I will take one for the team, and I say that with the utmost... Anyway.
On the nose, this?
If you could please ascertain what exactly we can learn from this... thing.
Why are you holding hands with my archenemy?
It's a long story.
No, it really isn't. It's been like 12 seconds.
Since Presto so cute.
You know snakes eat rabbits.
I'm aware. Talk to the snake.
Because the face ain't listening?
He's...
I've never seen him so hissed off.
Foxman, he's feeling loquacious. I suggest you loquate.
Oh man, I kind
Sliss.
of want to seduce him too.
Slit. God. Yes. I don't like seeing him so happy. It's freaking me out. Okay. Slits. We are here to rescue you, apparently. Also, what is that on your uniform?
Was here.
What's up?
What is
It's
it?
really similar to the logo there. Did you have that on your?
I don't on me, but
Here we go. Looks really similar to that. Can you point that at the cameras for the audience at home? Looks
Oh, the
very,
Titan Wars.
very similar to that.
Do we recognize?
Absolutely. And you all have a very similar
Oh.
one. I mean, all different colors, including his is a different color, but all of you have one.
Crash, to the best of your knowledge, is there any sort of moral component that goes with the power of the Titan? Is there any sad chance whatsoever that
oh yeah, no. One of the aspects of it is it makes you want to do good.
Excellent. So what you're telling me is that there was absolutely no reason to seduce the snake.
There never was any reason to seduce the snake.
In that case, I do believe I'm going to go vomit. I'll be right back.
I think you need to wait until your date's over.
It's like help.
No, I can take care of it myself.
Sounds
Isn't he, though? He's just the best. And I hear he's an excellent kisser.
You planned this from the beginning, Foxman!
I plan everything from the beginning, Presto. That's just how things go. So I'm gonna need you to drag your boyfriend to the teleporter room. Let's keep moving, everyone.
Come on, Sneaky
Wait, I'm still chasing the fish.
Oh, we
yes,
know.
you have chased this fish.
You're probably gonna end up in the same place we are around the same time. I have a feeling.
Okay.
And this fish, it reaches a point where the hole that has been bored out stops, but the holographic fish does not. And you impact a wall very, very solidly. We roll against your mind score, not halved.
Oh, it's like, oh god, it's gonna be bad. That I'm gonna use my 5-4, and I'll
use
beat.
5?
Oh wait, I beat it because
beat
I'm
it?
not. I don't have to have.
Yeah,
it.
you're not
I beat
half.
it by 1.
You pull yourself back from the brink of rage at that moment, kind of come to, and find yourself into what could only be a vast teleportation chamber. Now, you, of course, are not alone in this vast teleportation creature. There is a strange-looking one of these aliens there. Not in any kind of powered suit, kind of in like a, I don't know, like a superhero-esque type costume. And let's start a new initiative, shall we?
What was
A
it?
little toward a future hashtag hack attack so you guys can get to boosted, which might be the only way Presto can break up with Sliss.
Oh.
That's so much better.
So as we start with our new initiative,
14.
Presto with 14.
20 what?
20 what?
21.
21 for North.
15.
15 for Sojourn.
16.
16 for Kit Foxman. 12 for Sliss. And 15 for...
And that means we made boosted.
Woo!
Correct. Our very, very special alien. 21 is first with North, which is fitting as you are the only one in this teleportation chamber. It is a distinctly strange looking and very physically fit looking one of these aliens.
Oh. Huh. Fit one.
A fit-looking alien.
It's, you know, very buff as far as aliens go. Considering that, you know, they're little.
So a little alien.
Little, but looking stacked like an action movie character.
Oh.
And floating above the ground.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing.
Does he look familiar at all?
Not
Or
even
she?
remotely.
We're all in this room right now?
Not quite. She's the only one in there.
Gotcha.
I'm still hungry, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but you have not lost your mind, so you are not driven to wild rage at this point.
Right, but I could still try to eat it.
You could still definitely try to eat it. It's definitely bite-sized.
Yeah, I want to try to
Yeah.
eat it.
All right, give me a fighting roll to try and grab hold of this thing.
11. So no.
11. This guy, this little thing is really quick, and not only really quick, but when you get your hand just to expect to pick him up, he actually kind of stops your grip for a second and slides out. Which is impossible in itself. Nothing is as strong as you. Our next up is Kit Foxman at a 21.
Oh, I got a 16.
Or excuse me, 16. Sorry, Kit 21 was north. Sorry. Jumping down on the count to a 16.
So I go down the rest of the way.
Yes.
I see.
This is you see this stacked, little costumed, tiny alien, and you just saw him kind of push off the hands of North, trying to grab him.
That's not easy.
I'm sorry, they're discussing right now what happens if Presto and Sliss make babies. It's really funny.
I don't think that's possible.
I am just gonna not even think about that.
All I'm picturing is like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom when they're eating dinner.
Well, first they brought up, is that how we get Easter eggs? And then it came from there into now they're talking about making a basilisk if they can get a rooster.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, sorry, go
Farm
ahead.
jokes.
I'm sorry, you were saying that. What are you going to do?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do something, of course. Okay, but what? I only just got here.
He's very fast and strong.
Oh, great. Then I'll shoot him.
Shooting is an option.
This is this is merely a distraction until I'm ready to pull off my master plan.
Oh, I assumed as much. Give me a shooting test to start it out then.
Oh, I made it. Ba-boo!
By
4.
4. My dodge is 6.
Well, then I didn't make it.
That is
I
correct.
missed it. This quick little bastard.
Yes, he is an amazingly quick little bastard. I've got a 15 with Sojourn next. You can definitely hear fighting going on down below. You even heard the Vulpinator go off.
She's already there.
I am there.
In the blink of an eye, you are in fact there, and no one has even noticed you.
Okay, so we're in this.
You're in this weird
Cool.
giant chamber. It looks like they probably herd large groups of humans down here and then use this teleportation device to send them to wherever it is that they send them.
Well, we got this little tiny alien here now.
Yes, he was definitely guarding this facility or this part of the facility.
What's he wearing again?
It looks like the cutest, tiniest little
Right.
superhero type costume. I mean, it's adorable.
Oh, cute. Okay, I'm gonna use my textile telekinesis to hold him to the wall with his little cutie costume.
Nice.
Well, against your textile telekinesis,
Yeah.
you immediately move his body against the wall by the cape,
Yeah.
no less.
By the cape.
Driving against him,
stuck
that
there.
is one of 5 actions without the multi-action penalty.
And he's still there.
He is not moved yet.
Our ultimate goal is to go through this thing and reverse it, right?
Well, that's not our ultimate goal, but yeah. That's how we take care of things here.
Yeah, okay. Just try to remember.
One more.
I say hello. Hello.
He is giving you a very evil look, like he would like to beat you to death.
But he doesn't.
Doesn't say a word
Say
back to
anything?
you. Not a word.
Huh. Okay.
He's not even making those little squeaks they sometimes make.
All right. I want to use my single word wisdom. And I want to say calm.
Roll some dice for me.
I beat it by 7.
You did by 7. That's pretty dang good and would work, but I have Mind Shield, so that's not gonna fly with him.
Interesting. It didn't work.
It seems as though his psyche is not so easily defeated.
And that is because
Something.
so I can't. Okay. Cool.
It's really similar to a Mind Shield you've seen from one of your friends before.
Oh,
Really, really similar.
I'm assuming Jenica's.
I'm gonna hold the alien there.
You are alright. So you can continue. You
Yep.
can try to physically hurt him if you wish. You don't have to just hold it.
No.
All right.
Holding him there.
Another textile kinesis roll is also a success. You believe that you have him held. Okay, he is definitely struggling, however.
Okay. I want to hold him there as long as I can.
All right, let's
Whilst
pass
my
it
cohorts are.
to Presto at a 14. Oh, wait, no, I'm also at a 15. I'm going to go before you, Presto. I'm going to try and break free of this little grip on the wall. And if I can't, I'm going to do something else horrible. So we're going to start by breaking free, if possible, from the textile kinesis. He moves forward, and there's the tearing, ripping kind of sound, and now this not so cute, naked, adorable alien, and his clothes have been still held perfectly against the wall with your textile kinesis as he launches out of it like a bullet. And his physical body, I have a success by 10 against you, Sojourn.
Okay. Even though I still have my dodge bonus.
Dodge bonus of 8, which is not enough because I have a success by 10.
Oh, and I have
So
no
I
buffs.
am going to hit you with that one. That is going to be an 100 damage from being rammed by this tiny little guy. He is going
God.
almost
So
at the
take off
same
30, so
speed
take
for you.
70.
He's going almost at the same speed that you travel at maximum velocity.
Oh wow, he's got a lot of
But he's not a
traits
Titan.
just like us, friend.
No, he's not. And then I need you to
If he
make
was a
a
Titan,
roll
he would've been
against
too
your
good.
soul score.
I do
10
that
is
too.
on the money. That is
Wait,
enough. Oh,
two.
12 for Sojourners. Not an issue. He does not steal textile kinesis from you.
Ah, I think we figured out what he does.
Now we go to
I'm
Presto
chill
at a
about it.
14.
I look chill about it.
I'll save you.
Excellent. I knew you would, Sis. I appreciate your support. It's about time I had the duly recognized recognition that I'm due. That's when you know that I'm stalling, is when I monologue poorly.
Don't have time for that.
It's true. So, given that, I see only one option in this situation.
I don't know what that option is.
Oh, I know what it is. Yes. How far away is this little dude?
Oh, no more than 30 or 40 meters from you.
I can close that distance.
Oh, quite easily. I mean, you move at more than 100 miles an hour.
So I would like to move towards him, retrieve using my Thomas abilities, but ironically a Presto ability of Thomas's, to pull out something that is not unique to the metaverses. I would like to pull out a portable hole and just basically butterfly net him with it.
Yes.
Give me a fighting roll to
And then
try
I'll-
and catch him.
and then
because
I'll
he's moving
close the
so
hole.
fast.
And I'll use a... No, I'll just stay where it is on that.
Okay.
Because there's a moment of clarity. I get a 7, but I'm not sure what my fighting is on any of these guys. I guess if it's a mundane skill, then I beat it by 9.
It would be a mundane skill.
Beat it by 9.
Beat it by 9. Wow, that beats his dodge, which is 6. And you grab him with this little portable hole and have it closed up, and it's moving around and shaking very cartoon-like inside.
Having flashbacks to season 3.
As we go to Sliss on the initiative count, who
Of Galaxy
slithers
Girls.
up over your shoulder and tightens around the portal into the squeezing motion, making sure that his head is coming perfectly resting on your shoulder, gazing deeply and lovingly into your eyes.
Thank you, sis. I do believe I have my new Priscilla.
Slicilla.
Priscilla. Excellent, Priscilla.
And in his squeezing, he definitely is doing some form of harm, but in the process, it pushes this creature outside of this hole partially. You can see the foot kicking outside of it and going madly wild. As we go to the top with Professor North, I really wanted to use that rule, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
We're not going to use
So
rule
my-
cool?
I really want to right now.
Let's do it.
Can I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to use the rule cool, guys. I really
Okay.
do. So instead of you having to go, I know that I learned the other week because it was something. I need new roles to determine who has to talk first for rule cool from all of you.
So with 12s?
Yep. And this is only to determine which one of you has to come up with your ridiculous plan first.
Ah, on the spot.
On the spot. We're using the rule of cool.
Do I use?
Make sure to use the
This
12s.
is new here.
And do I
Yep.
use my initiative bonus too?
You go for it if you've got one. I'm
Those
okay with
times
either.
I
of
had
them.
to go first because I was last on the
Yep.
initiative.
28.
14, you
Rolled a
said?
22, and I got a 20. Plus 6 is 28. Same as you again. That's crazy.
All right, Kit. Presto 28, 14,
Do I
and
have to add anything to this?
whichever
rolled
one
an
of your
11.
initiative bonuses
Oh.
you're using. So in that case, you're going to be looking at
17.
All
Oh,
right.
Great. Good.
So we're going to start over there for
That's
our rule of cool use.
Great. I already sort of knew what I was doing. Okay, so
Lucky.
because Professor North has a knowledge of celebrity gossip.
You do.
'Kay.
In fact, the past year you got to learn all kinds of corresponding real world
Right,
celebrity
and
gossip.
I know everything about Ohio celebrities.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Neil Armstrong is from Ohio, as is John Legend. Okay, so I want my Neil Armstrong science and speed because he was in a rocket ship, so he could go really fast. I'm going to realign the gravitational wave refractory and make an electroencephalogram to continue to circle the thing that's in the hole. Right. So I'm, because I also have my buff, which I can, a convincing science monologue, do any sort of sci-fi modification, upgrade, adaptation. So
I am
anyway,
aware. I stole that from Geordie LaForge.
And yeah, and so I'm naming it the John Legendary Electroencephalogram, just to give it some gravitas and maybe a sponsorship if I want to market it later with my LLC. Anyway, and I want to encase it more fully in this John Legendary Electroencephalogram.
The John Legendary Electroencephalogram.
Yes. As
All right.
I'm picturing a giant dome around, or a little, like a ball around the portable
A
hole.
hamster ball.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to use my time abilities here to also, similar idea here, encase it in a little bubble, a little slow bubble, a little slow ass bubble there, so that it's fighting in slow motion time. I want to use over and over my profound single word wisdom of saying calm over and over and over while it's in the slow ball, and just kind of meditate around it. She'll like.
Enforced calm.
That's it. That's it.
Or mandatory meditation. I think I'm going to go with
You
mandatory
will
meditation.
calm down, yes.
Mandatory meditation. Okay.
And some humming too, like monotone.
Now, I will not debate
Humming.
between the two of you which one of you has to come up with your plan first. I'll allow you to work that out amongst yourselves.
You on 3 or in 3 and go?
3 and go. Why not?
All right.
So does that mean you go first or I go first?
I still know what I'm going to do, so I'll let you go first.
You haven't known what you were going to do the entire time anyway.
I haven't known what I was going to do for 3 years.
Yes, a timeout. Yes, exactly. A timeout.
Well then, luckily, I had planned for exactly this contingency. I knew they probably had to have superpowered help of their own of some kind in order to be so successful. But it is time now to spring the trap that I clearly have already set. And it goes a little something like this.
This list is like, it feels so odd when he's on
It's
my
weird
side.
watching it from this side.
Strange. That's this feels.
Mhm. So the first part of my plan
It's a
will-
little bit exciting, but don't tell him. It goes to his head.
You see, while everybody has been distracted by this super-powered creature who's just laying waste to everything he can and trying to be held down, I have been working over here on the controls to the teleportation room, where I am using my boosted ability, where I, you see, my invention power by Dr. Richard Gatling. What I've created is basically a room dehumidifier, which will evaporate all the water in any given area. Now, I've set that on the floor, but when I hit the button for the teleporter, that teleports it to exactly the base, or wherever that teleporter goes, hopefully dehydrating all of his backup that might be coming through said teleporter.
Keep going.
The prisoners will also show up at that time, when they teleport themselves over again. And, let's see. That's the only thing I want to work on.
All right, I'll call that one hostage exchange.
Hostage exchange, that's right. I am sending basically a aquatic dirty bomb to the aliens and having my friends come back, or at least the humans. They might be friendly, they might be humans. Who knows?
And then that leaves us to you, sir.
It's quite a pickle when you think about it. So we still have a super-powered small alien flapping around inside a portable hole.
Correct. And he is really, really strong.
It's most uncomfortable.
It's almost like he stole someone's strength.
But these aliens are, as you mentioned, highly aquatic.
This is so.
And all of their weaknesses are related as such.
Yeah.
Therefore, I shall continue to solve. No, I shall tap into the abilities possessed by my experience as
Highlight guy.
Primarch, Cicero to Squire, Atlantean noble, diplomat, and battle leader, and expert.
Pilot.
No, I handed that off to someone else. He's just an expert now. As such, I am remarkably well versed in the idiosyncrasies of all aquatic life forms, especially those that have become anthropomorphized and human-like, and know exactly what it would take to desiccate them, even if it might be something as simple as table salt.
Table salt would do remarkably well for
Which I seem to remember actually worked into an episode of the 80s Invasion at one point, that we slugged them. Was that a thing?
Yep.
That is the thing.
I believe so. And as I am quite certain that salt is not something that is in short supply in any of the worlds, it is
Not even
therefore
close.
something that can be procured by the use of the Presto's abilities.
Absolutely.
As such, I would now like to begin to shove a hose full of salt into this portable hole.
Nice.
And begin to fill it and our flying companion, opponent, person, thing.
So you're salting the fish man?
Yeah,
You're making lutefisk?
That requires lye.
Right. Requires a lie.
It's gross that you know that.
That movie dropped.
It's fitting that they know that. So we've got a hamster ball, mandatory meditation, hostage exchange, or assault.
Electroencephalogram, not hamster ball.
Hamster ball.
I
And
like
it's
assault.
the John Legendary.
The John Legendary.
John
Electroencephalogram.
Legendary.
I do think
Man, I
electroencephalogram
love
has to
that.
be on there. Oh, he did. Look, Alien Knitter included it.
Thank you, AK.
Thank you.
Awesome, AK. That is awesome.
Oh, shake and bake. I like that too.
Ah, yes.
And to help me out, I would appreciate if Admiral
Guys
Sliss
are gross.
could assist me.
Oh, he is 100%
I
automatically
will
assisted.
hold bag if he will shove the hose in.
Yes, you can hold the bag, and Admiral Sliss will shove the hose in.
Thank you.
I heard
I
that.
love you guys.
It took me a second.
I know.
I heard that.
I said nothing. Oh,
My voice is dying.
Yeah, I can
you've
do
almost survived it.
that. Are you ill?
It's a good thing that
Just
I
getting over
have-
something.
I had
Sat
like
for a couple weeks.
the Friday before school was over, I started getting a cough. And then, so like the whole last week, which by the way I shouldn't have had because of snow,
Yeah.
my
same.
body was like, we're done, right? I'm like, nope. So I had to teach
No.
like this.
I'm deciding that teachers, it's kind of like con crud, but it's at the end of the year. Their bodies,
We
are
all had it.
Their bodies see the
All
finish
had
line
it.
is there, and they're all just like, "I'm going to die now."
That makes so much sense. Sorry.
No, that's all right. It's just my voice and a cough now.
Welcome
I
to the
feel
summer.
okay.
That's great. That's weird.
You got this. There we go.
There you go,
There
Crash.
you go.
Crash is the winner, so let's make everybody else have to try.
Have fun trying, everybody.
Let's start with salt.
I think I'll meta point.
And for the record, you have a +2 bonus from assistance from Admiral Sliss.
Haha. Sleep.
In that case, I will succeed, even with the penalty on the dot.
A success. So you're going to make that one salty alien.
Nope. Not even close.
No, man. No.
So I am.
Essentially, a 19 is what I rolled. Essentially, adding on the. Oh, I missed it. I missed it. It was a pun. Good pun.
It was
sodium.
awful. It was
It was
really
bad.
awful.
It was
It was
really
horrible.
That's why I love it.
Sodium.
You made it into a joke.
Yes. Thank you. That was beautiful.
Really bad.
Beautiful. You do your best to get this mandatory meditation
Oh,
on,
I agree.
but every time it starts to like get to his ears and start to affect him, he ends up with a face full of salt.
Oh yeah.
And it's just really disruptive to that whole at peace with oneself meditation vibe.
Right on. I back off.
Go
back to watching.
So because I'm using my buff and it doesn't have like anything to roll with it.
No,
but
not
because
normally.
it's the rule of cool, could I use celebrity gossip knowledge as the thing to roll?
Absolutely, that's the
'Cause-
thing you have to roll because your
because
buff
I'm-
is an automatic success.
And I made it a John Legendary, whatever. Who's it? What's it?
So you're gonna need to do one roll, but there'll be the
Who's it?
celebrity gossip.
Okay, great.
Electroencephalogram.
I beat it by 14.
Nice.
Oh wait, 9.
Beat it by 9. So you have him contained inside this electroencephalogram,
The John Legendary.
which is doing more to circulate this horrible
It's
salt.
like a rock
Oh,
polisher.
salt is conducts electricity, does it not?
It's like a rock polisher.
Sure.
In fact, yes.
Yeah.
Sure does.
Hey, you can make a bad. No, I'm not gonna.
Oh, I like the idea that he's in a rock polisher. That's great. Yeah.
Yes, you have put him inside of a rock polisher. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
at the teleportation computer, it
His
is
skin's gonna be beautiful when he
exactly
gets out.
as Kid had planned. And when the button presses,
scales.
this little device just disappears, and the room begins to fill with groups of people. And Kid has prepared for this, so as the first group teleports in, they actually get teleported to one of the resistance facilities. And then another group appears, and then they're gone. And then another group appears, and in the span of about 20 seconds, at least 100,000 people have gone through this teleportation device. And it doesn't look like he has it set to stop. And meanwhile, in orbit, the main mothership has suffered a catastrophic failure as the entire ship was flooded with some form of dehydrating gas that killed almost every single alien aboard.
That's very, very sad. And unfortunately, given where the ship was in orbit at the time, it broke the atmosphere, caught on fire, and crashed exactly 1/2 a block away from Joe's Diner, cutting out all the power and water in the area for at least the foreseeable future.
Making that Joe's Diner
useless.
You have to say one thing.
Checkmate.
And that's all the time we have for today's episode of Masters in the Metaverse, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
One more Joe's Diner secured. Let's see what happens next week.
Oh boy.
Oy vey.
Love you all. Thank you all for joining us.
Love you, Chad.
See you next time.
Don't forget to check out Zoe Game Night on Thursdays, Table Takes on Fridays.
And please continue to boost the signal on the JQ4 Kickstarter and on anything Gen Con related, or anything else for that
Absolutely.
matter.
And we'll be coming back with some of that big stompy robot action
Oh, we
here
will.
very,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
very,
yeah.
very soon.
And maybe other stuff. We don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yes,
Okay, I mean,
all
we know,
kinds
but
of
they
stuff.
don't know. And that's funny to me.
I don't know.
Love you guys. Good night. See you next time.
Night.
Bye, y'all.
Masters, masters of the metaverse, masters of the metaverse that travel through time and space and stuff. Troll them, re-roll them, throw them above. They fly through dimensions, this isn't a bluff. Heroes compelled, they have no choice. Bound by the winds of a secret voice. Masters of the metaverse, masters of the metaverse. Masters of the metaverse, masters of the metaverse.